Okay, off your mic is okay. She off your mic, like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. In go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind. Oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner. Oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power. Over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. Oh, yo. My ego don't come. Oh, yo. My people make we shout. Oh, yo. My ego don't come. Oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses. Oh, yo. My ego don't come. Oh, yo. My ego diary politico. Oh, yo. My ego don't come. Oh, yo. This one not the off in mind. Oh, yo. My ego don't come. Oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh, yo. My egun don't come. Oh, yo. My people make you shout. Oh, yo. My ego don't come. Oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses. Oh, yo. My ego don't come. Oh, yo. My ego diary politico. Oh, yo. My ego don't come. Oh, yo. This man not the off in mind. Oh, yo. My ego la wamo la mo do. My ego diary.
Hello there.
Hello, Ayégun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Oh, Babachir ó sì tún ṣeré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Ayégun diary politico. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun diary.
The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you have failed us. We have your video telling Nigerians that the military is capable. Our military is capable. It has all the requirements to tackle this insurgency. And if you are voted into power, you are going to make sure that happens in a short time. You have given 4 years an addition. Yet, people are dying like fowls. Killing is becoming norm in Nigeria under your watch, Mr. President. If there is no Nigerian to tell you, I will take the responsibility of telling you, and I will take the responsibility of the consequences, because the life.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, joining us live, we'll give you the opportunity to read the caption live while we have when we are live like this, so to say, than when you are going to be watching the replay. So, as you are settling down for this, yeah, I want you to take a moment and read the caption. Read the body, the description of this conversation tonight, and we'll take them one after the other. Now, I was going to share with you some of a few other things I managed to lay my hands on the Tinubu's Ebonyi's visit. Then he's currently have a stopover in Gbaramatu. Then he shot some fire. I mean, what do you call it? Yeah, some fires were shot, so to say. And we are going to take them on tonight. And some gaffes too. However, we also have on record tonight the endorsement of Kolu by Asari Dokubo, and why. So we'll look into that in a bit as well in the course of this conversation as well. Then today, Kolu actually made a promise that made me scream, Buhari, Buhari, oh. Tinubu said if he becomes the president of Nigeria, he is going to negotiate with the self-determination agitators, even though Nazobo, but he said that today. So we're going to touch on that. Most importantly, he said it is a disgrace to him for him to even mention Peter Obi. So he can't even mention his name. Some have already said that currently Tinubu is actually like president in waiting. Are you with me? He's just waiting for the coronation. I mean, coronation day. Here you get the coronation where they will put the crown on his head. He's the waiting president. So he told somebody who bought his presidential form for him, Babachir Lawal. He told him when they were like, trying to talk the delegates from all over the country, right, to support Kolu. When he got to the eastern part of Nigeria, he categorically, told them, he said, I don't want to have anything to do with the eastern part of Nigeria. Okay? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of resources. They would never, ever, ever support me. And he said that. But afterward, with what we saw in Ebonyi, and today in in Gbaramatu in Delta, well, it seems that Kolu has upped the game of his deceit. But all these are on record, and we're going to take them one after the other. Okay? So, if the time also permits us, yeah, I've got something to tell you as well. Meanwhile, remember I told you that we have a big story for tonight, right? And I also told you that it seems that when they heard that we are going to go public with that, abuse of power case, they quickly charged the young man that they have kept in their custody for weeks now. They quickly charged him to court. So I contacted the complainant, and she said a lawyer advised her not to go public yet until the son is bailed, now that they have charged him to court. So therefore, we are going to put a pin on that for now. Like I said yesterday, my most, or should I say our main concern should be the abuse of power by these rich, powerful Nigerians who believe they can do whatever they can whenever they want. So if we could probably serve them in their own poison, so to say, let them see it like in a way. And if this woman, the complainant, chose not to pursue this, it is not our fight when she's not ready. So she says she's not ready. So we're going to put a pin on it for now. However, I am going to take you down to Ebonyi, where this old drama started before they got to Warri today. I mean, got to Gbaramatu today. At first, Kolu, you remember this when he was telling them about roasted corn, the smartest, your president in waiting. Kolu.
We have no blinker of electricity. They spend more than $60 billion. They forget that transmission line is a super highway for generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn for that electricity.
You remember that, huh? Okay. Currently, there is this debate in Nigeria, and I think on social media generally, that there seems to be no other skit maker, content maker, comic, act that is in any way close to the type of comic act that Tinubu has become. A joke that people just laugh, and where they couldn't, they clap, and where they just don't want to clap, what do? They turn to interpreters because they said Tinubu now speak in the language of the gods, like the ancestors. Sure you get, electricity generated electricity transmitted into the power line, which is like the super highway. But they could not put down a down payment for roasted corn for the electricity. Like, what the hell is that? That is your president in waiting. Wait for it, oh. It never finished, oh. That was just there, right? Now, let's take a quick, a quick loop and go straight to Gbaramatu, where it was identifying those who invited him, like this one.
For me, one of the best suggestions to serve this country are equally recognized today the Deputy Senate President currently, and he will be the governor of Niger Delta State. Of Delta State. You agree or not? Now, if you agree that Ovie Agege is the next governor of Delta State, raise your hands up. Wadu, God bless you.
God bless you too.
I salute.
So, some of you, I think I have to say one or two things here, yeah? Some of you who don't really understand why the people who don't want to be associated with Tinubu are speaking out all the time. Some of you are surprised that Yorubas are speaking out like surprisingly to some of you. Look, maybe not to many of you, but to some of you. The reason is because a lot of people are seeing beyond just what majority of you are seeing. And what is that? Or let me say, they are seeing what majority of you are ignoring or deliberately ignoring. Number one, Tinubu is not medically fit. He has what we call the early stage of dementia. There is another one, Parkinson. There is another one, that one where they make person pee himself. These are medical conditions that normally could be managed very well. Usually, people suffering from this, they don't seek for a new or top job. But fine, he wants to be that, he wants to do the job of fixing the wreck caused by another relic, Bokwari. But here is the point. No matter what they tell you that Tinubu can do or will do, the problem here is this. Even Tinubu himself cannot explain that to you. He can't tell you. There is no memory grasp anymore. There is no, I wish I had cool terminologies I can use, but you shall get, There is always the thing don't they like, off, on. Then physically, oh dear, is a complete relic. Now, what does that mean? It simply means, the people pushing and really wanted him knows that he will spend majority of the rest of his life, as he is currently doing right now. He's going to spend the majority of the rest of his life taking care of his health. And just like if Bokwari hasn't taught you anything, look at Nigeria. Tell yourselves the truth. Don't make up all those false reality that you are making up in your head because of whatever lie you've told yourselves, okay? But look at Nigeria. Look at yourselves. Look around you. That's the result of Bokwari. Out of 7 years to going to 8 years of Bokwari have spent more than 1 whole year, 18 months, 1.5 years on hospital treatment, hospital trip outside Nigeria. Do you know what happened? That then gave room to all manner of rogues to have the field day. The result of that is your insecure country, destroyed economy, hyperinflation, multidimensional poverty, and the legalized corruption in Nigeria because there's nobody in charge. And these guys know that. So what will happen? You have the terrorist sympathizer, Shetima, waiting in the wing. The thought of that alone, for those who are actually thinking about Nigeria, is enough to distance themselves from anything Tinubu. Now, add that to what APC, Agege have already done. It is Nigeria. Why am I stressing? I'll tell you later. Once again, let's take a trip back to Ebonyi, Abakaliki, where Tinubu was having chats with the Ebonyi people. He even added accent. I think this is the one where he used accent. Something like that.
Yes. Boy. I'm from the city. City boy. I know about the estimated village. City boy. But let me assure you, I am happy. I am part of you in Ebonyi. Say God. TV. Ìkejì Orama. Whatever you say, our progress, our children, of education of our children is very important for our today and tomorrow. Correct. We are working hard. We recognize the fact that education is the greatest weapon against poverty. Yes, sir. We are going to get our children educated. The best reform of our schools. They want conflict. We want peace. We will talk to all agitators. This thing is not done by conflict. It's by sitting around the table to complain. David Omai said there's no dual carriageway from here to Enugu. It don't take.
Sorry. You know when he said, hang on. I don't know why my camera is acting up again. One sec.
Where do you belong?
I belong.
Because if I look at sort of objectively,
Yes.
you don't fit into either, right?
I don't fit into any because, of course, we are special classes of people. Who is, we are not, we're everywhere except at the top.
Right.
Because we're always with the masses. But the most important thing here is that Nigeria's main problem is that all of us deal with a pie. And the pie also has for two classes, and the higher class, we do socialism for them. We give them waivers, they earn maximum wage, they get special interest rates, they get even special exchange rates in this country. And for the lowest class, there's nothing for them. We pay them minimum wage. And you see in Nigeria, even when you talk their own economics, they calculate fiscal policy through the macroeconomic system they put in place. They talk about monetary policy, which is exchange rate, central bank. And then there's one policy in macroeconomics they never talk about, and that is the purchasing power parity, which is what exactly determines the well-being of the populace. And that is where the middle class actually stays.
So in specific terms,
what
how
it
would
means
you
is that
improve?
upon that is first and foremost to restore things that will make the country start working, the energy sector, the manufacturing sector, get the security situation under control through several means, the physical intervention, then the economic intervention,
you need
social
to tell
security.
us in specific. We are now here for you to break it down.
I am giving you specifics now.
Okay.
The specific you probably never hear from the other candidates you'll be speaking for with after today. It is for us to get back to work. I want to put electricity to start working in this country. And if we have 24/7 electricity, you will grow the GDP by, I think economists will be worried as to how to calculate that. If you do that, you will, of course, improve security as well. And you can bring manufacturing back, like my friend was saying about the structural adjustment program that just prepared Nigeria to be a dumping ground for
I'm not interrupting for the sake of interrupting.
Yes.
I want us to take these things as you talk about them one by one. Let's start with electricity.
Yes.
As if to say she will be able to ever face Atiku, or they won't even come there. They've told her they will never come and see her. So what's the point? Now let's go back. I think I fixed my camera, hopefully. However, Tinubu said he's going to negotiate. He told the people of Ebonyi, it's not by it's not by fight, it's not by conflict. That's new. And in my mind, when I was listening to that, sincerely, what came to my mind is that clip was screaming, Buhari, Buhari. But I'll listen to this one first before we come back to that. He continued.
Abi, we don't get them. We promise one another, right? If you keep your promise, I will keep my own end of promise. If you vote APC from top to bottom, house, you vote president, you vote senate, you vote house of rep, APC, you carry them go, you bring governor, they go give the flag to the governor. Governor, House of Assembly members must be APC. Correct. You understand that? Yes, sir. They must work with the governor. Then you have passed. I give you A. I will come back and pay my debt. My debt now is to war with the governor of the state, elected by the people, for the people, so that we can cohabitate and co-responsible for us to give you the progress and the prosperity that we promise. You get that? I promise you, in the name of God Almighty, He will.
Do you see that? That's a campaign. That's something that they'll tell you. Jagaba is so intelligent. You know what I want to do? When he said he was going to negotiate with agitators earlier, now this thing will come to my mind. I'll go play them for you. Listen. Buhari. Say it again, Buhari. Because I don't know what Buhari will be hearing. They're like, You will negotiate with Nnamdi Kanu. You will negotiate with okay. They will say, no. Now, when the memory lost that time, they will deny, Abi. So he will say, I will negotiate with, you know what I mean? Anyway, that's just the beginning, okay? So let's go back to Gbaramatu. Immediately, Kalu landed in Gbaramatu. Nothing must need, whenever you watch him, right? All you see or pick out of there is just going to be content that you can possibly just laugh off and wait for the day that the calamity Tinubu will be crowned as your president. So if you are fighting to stop Tinubu or trying to stop anyone for now, yeah, you may call it a fighting for your life. So I think I get it. Because as Tinubu be, he's just waiting to be crowned. He's already talking like, don't ever try that, Some of you have no idea yet, have you? Let's go to Gbaramatu. And immediately he landed in Gbaramatu. Baba, they gave him title. Meanwhile, hang on. They gave him title in Ebonyi. I want to get the name. DK Ora, no.
Yes.
Boy.
I'm from
boy.
the city.
City boy.
I know about the estimated village.
City boy.
But let me assure you, I am happy. I am part of you in Ebonyi.
He's a god.
I am even entitled chief.
DK the Orama or Onama. Why did I miss it? Well, shall know Shabo. Some people are already changing that on social media. They said DK the OGGG or DK the GGG or DK Oma DK the Oma GGG. Something like GGG is like shaking, oh, warrior. DK the Orama is oh yeah, somebody should help me. Type it. Let me type it on the screen. I want to pronounce it so that I can say it properly. DKD, DKD Orama. That is warrior, loved by his people. So my Biafran brothers, they are like, no, this one are DK Diora GGG. DGGG is the warrior that is shaking. Anyway, let's go to that place where they gave him a title. They gave him a title right there in Gbaramatu Kingdom, Delta State.
Deputy Senate President. Senate President. The Senate is here. I hope you will take point.
So they gave him a title. And immediately after they gave him that, Festus Otobo Keyamo and Ovie Agege Wari. They took him to a stadium where people were already waiting for Kalu to come and talk, but this time they didn't give him a script. Now, he had to speak from his mind. To start with, that was when, this was like just about 3 minutes into talking, identifying or recognizing the people, protocol, they call it, Abi. Opening speech. Listen.
For being one of the best suggestions to serve this country. I equally recognize today the Deputy Senate President currently, and he will be the governor of Niger Delta State.
I posted on Mayegun's Diary Political Facebook a section of that clip, and I said, if all of us want to be sincere, share you get now, if all of us want to be sincere, you see people that are always clapping whenever Tinubu say nonsense. Every time he uttered bish, the people that are always clapping, they are supposed to be arrested. Because that thing only reminds me of some of the movies I have watched where aged people are suffering from dementia. And in what they call their management, health management or recovery process or what have you, some of the people helping, like, the healthcare workers around this demented patient, right? They kind of act and pretend to be what that patient wants to be. Are you with me? Like, for example, if they want the patient to feel like they are super intelligent, they can begin to praise them. Wow. For example, if a patient that is suffering from dementia during their recovery says, oh, I recognize this cup. This was given to me by my daughter. When I was, when I turned on my 80th birthday, rather. Now, that is a win, Abby. Something that looks like, she just remembered about her daughter. Her daughter, yeah. Now, to make it look so like, wow, they will now make her look like, wow. You remember. All of these are just to make every moment important and see if they can register that in their memory. And that's exactly what they are doing to Tinubu. If he says, look at this one again. Like, people are there with different surprise faces, but they're just like, oh, it's even worse if you see him face to face, Abi. Imagine somebody who wants to be president of a country addressing the people and talks like this, and people around there are not like, yeah, Mugbe. Wait to quickly back to a point.
We have no blinker of electricity. They spend more than $60 billion. They forget that transmission line is a super highway for generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn for that electricity.
Could you make any sense of that? Meanwhile, young people who still have their senses working, they have turned to interpreters, explaining what he meant. When he said, town hall meeting is not all about Bala Bulu Bala. They clapped for him. He was talking nonsense. So, and that's exactly what that your future looked like, especially those of you looking at me. Tinubu mata go kill you. Omo, you know, feel kill me. Because now me they report, the how much Bokwari that you pledged, you fought, you screamed for 8 years ago. Many of you who did that screaming, many of you never even shop. You don't even get strength to scream anymore. In that you're dejected, multi-dimensional poverty, where you never die, others don't die. You see day. You won't renew that you're suffering. So if me die because of that, who go come to report your miserable existence that you love to hurt? Yeah, you love your shame so much. So because none of waiting that they do you touch me, none of it. Here you get. Educated young people, they turn to interpreters. Now that is why we now have batillectuals. The batillectuals are the product of the multi-dimensional poverty they have created. They are graduates. Some of them are dropouts. All of them have now become useless in the poverty capital of the world. What would you want them to do than to turn to interpreters or for Kolu on social media, as if to say we didn't know when Kolu was a normal person, and we didn't also know when Kolu started degenerating on his own supply. And as they say, do not ever get eye on your own supply. They destroyed you. Okay? They will continue to destroy you. As they destroy your economy, as they destroy Nigeria, they are destroying you, especially those of you, the vuvuzela's, batillectuals, 10,000 naira, 20,000 naira, vuvuzela social media. They are recruiting you through WhatsApp. To 20,000 naira in Bayara. You are ruining your own life, which you probably don't even have. But fine. Now me go they report how messy they have ruined you. Many of you waited for how many years now? For 7 years into your long, waiting for a day you are going to say, Mayegun, look, God has shamed you. See how beautiful Nigeria is now. See how safe Nigeria is now. See how strong our naira is now. See how many refineries we have built now. See blah, 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 but you don't get anything like that. Other than just hoping that your fake Nigeria God can quickly turn Mayegun life around to become like your miserable lives simply because he's telling you, Ikupanyo, Chengbo. Now, I am going to call them the Batidiots, professional Anyogbu professional interpreters. Let us now go and see the Atiku's dub. Peter Obi's Ifase. When I shared out on Mayegun's Diary Politico, I put a video. I can use that video here, okay? But if you see my Facebook page, you'll see that underneath the comment where I use a guy as you said Obi, you know, if he mentioned Obi, like mentioning Obi is an insult. Like a furnisher. You guys are funny. Oh. Let me tell you something. Some people said they are running. Atiku, the other guy said he is Atiku. They didn't even remember if Atiku is you know what I mean? He said, one of them said he is Atiku, is running. Tell him to stop running. And this other one, Disgrace, for me to even mention his name. Oh boy, will I say, obedient to say, oh yeah, press their neck, oh yeah, Emma, press the neck, but according to Kolu, to even say Peter, talk less of say Obi, I look for nonsense, you know? So everybody on the para now, they mad, they angry. But you want to hear where he said it? Oh yeah, Batidiot and the Batilectuals. Oh yeah, interpretation, I need there. Ladies and gentlemen, Tifnumbu, Alaji, Kolu, Jagabanditi, Dike, Diora, GGG of Ebonyi. Ladies and gentlemen in Gbaramatu Kingdom. Listen.
Our dear friend, a very good one, an honest one for that matter. He was somewhere else. We persuaded him. You are this good, stay with the people. The right people who knows the way. And that is the Minister of State for Niger Delta, formerly, Elder Sedman Orubebe. Help us thank him for the good job that he's doing. He's a very active and honest man with great wisdom. I salute all the citizens of Gbaramatu Kingdom. As I did receive the title chief, and I become one of you, I must always render service for the progress of this Gbaramatu community. Yes, you mentioned the issue of deep seaport, the road, the bridge, the university, industrial park, Agege. These are the things that came to your mind, Kabies, and all of you here. The man standing before you Your Royal Highness, as I stand before you, there are few of us left running. One says he is Atiku. How many times has it been running? He's always on the run, and he's tired. Tell him to go and sit down. Enough is enough. The other one, that one, I think na statistic we go chop.
Very fast.
A line with arithmetic that never, no Indian can solve it. To mention his name is a disgrace to me, sir. I won't mention the name. Wrong arithmetic, wrong statistics, warehouse economy, and that's not what Nigeria is. Kabiyesi, Your Royal Majesty, it was a joy to find one of my own blood being part of you from Badagry. So what else you need? You need honesty. You need a man who knows the rules. That is me. I promise we won't be far away from you. We will carry you along. We will consult with you regularly. Our brothers here, we embrace them for the development of the area, the community of Gbaramatu and other associated communities. Economic development, progress, job for our youths. A promise tomorrow that is certain. A renewed oath is here standing before you. And I promise, with the support of God Almighty, that you will live long, you will live with prosperity. Please pay attention to the danger of destruction of pipelines, gas, of petroleum facilities. People are leaking gas They are dangerous. That is the truth. For our health, for the fish you eat, for everything you do. Let us see that improvement. Let us see that commitment. And you will see what we will do with the savings. We will encourage you. We will keep our promises. We will be with you and carry you along. God bless you. God bless Niger Delta.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt.
I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
So that was where it took a dig at Ovie. I was actually laughing, listening all through when he was shouting Kabiesi and the rest. I mean, Atiku has been running. Where is he running to? But it is a disgrace to even mention Peter Obi or more. Did you see how Festus Keyamo? Did you see how he was so happy? Like, now the guy will promise you 774,000 jobs be that oh. All of you watching me, they don't give you that 774,000 jobs that Festus Keyamo cashed out on, and then zoom with the money. Did they give you the job? No. Did you see how man, Nigeria is finished, man, honestly. Now look at it again. If you didn't pay attention, okay, where Festus Keyamo reacted to this Atiku and then Peter Obi's dub.
As I stand before you, there are few of us left running. One says he is Atiku. How many times has he been running?
Always on the run.
He's always on the run, and he's tired. Tell him to go and sit down. Enough is enough. The other one, that one, I think now statistic we go chop. A lie with arithmetic that never, no Indian can solve it. To mention his name is a disgrace to myself. I won't mention the name.
It won't. Somebody, I just read your comment there, Taiwo Oladele. And your comment is, I wish, Mayegun's diary, I wish attention for Jagaban should be reduced. The uninformed who are supporting APC should be left alone. One Shelason, that is a no from me. Some of you don't even understand why you are Mayegun's diary political. Do you? Do you? Maybe I should help you a bit. The reason why we are where we are today is because we have impostors parading as tribal ethnic champions who speak for me, who speak for you, no matter where you come from. And in whatever their union and whatever they have been cooking and been doing in the past, the effect of that as the consequences of that have been shared all across by all of us. Today, we are telling people that the reason why Nigeria can't work, the reason why the lies they have been telling them all this while, the reason why all these lies are easily told and repeated is simply because the people telling you these lies are people from your tribe, are people from your ethnic nationality, are people from your region, are people who practice the same religion with you. They are the people you know. So if you want to make those they lie to all the time, to see through them perfectly well and let them see why you have chosen never to be part of that charade again. Is it by just what? Doing what exactly? Ignoring all of this. I spent all my time exposing the fraud called APC. And today, initially disagreed. It didn't take them long. Before they came back to say, wow, it makes sense now. And to this day, most of them are the people who are today following Mayegun's diary political. Because why? Initially, they thought Mayegun was probably just one attention seeker who actually have no clue what he's saying. But today they know better. And they wish more people know better too. How did they know better? Is by understanding the lies that they are packaging called Nigeria. Who are those packaging the lies? How are they packaging the lies? What are they telling people that make people feel like maybe they can try it again? If it doesn't work now, maybe it can work again. How do you show that to them if you ignore the main characters, the main actors, the main people behind the whole thing? You don't look away from them, because the real people the real thing we are dealing with is the system. Doesn't matter if it is APC, PDP, Labour, or any other name, whatever. Whoever controls that federal government called Nigeria is controlling a rigged system that is completely rigged against us. How do you show that? If you ignore Tinubu and all this emptiness, because this is the promise they are giving them. Millions of people believe that this Tinubu has something to give to them. Just as many millions like that, educated people, posted intelligent people, campaigner, a coup plotter, a tyrant, somebody that should be rotting in jail. They campaigned for him, they glorified him, they colored him, they did all of that. Look at that today. And they are not the only person paying the price. All of us are. So please, Taiwo, if this is too much for you or is too much attention for you, you should probably ask those who are from Bokwari's region in the last 7 years. Well, how have they been coping? So don't tell me that the attention is this or not. Because we have the Yorubas, as educated as they are, as intelligent as they claim to be. Listen to them. Just listen to them. And then you will see the damages that these rogues have done. And they are at it again. That's what they do. It's their business. They have a lot of people they can pay to make it look real. But you and I know it's not real. So if this is the little we can do, please, don't tell me to ignore them, okay? And I want you to also know something. When I talk about something, it is because it is something that I am interested in. And when I'm interested in it, I could possibly make you interested too, because there's something I want to bring out of it. Please, always have that at the back of your mind. If you want to solve a problem, let me tell you something. If you want to solve a problem, none of us, we know no Nigeria problem. All of us know Nigeria problem. There are some of you have never seen before, you've never heard before. But do you know the difference between Mayegun and some of us here is that I have been doing my best to understand the problem. Not just knowing the problem, understanding it. By understanding the problem, you are likely going to be able to identify the characters, the actors behind the whole thing. And it is sad, though, seriously, that every one of those who are participating in this charade or who are putting us in this state of calamity that we are witnessing today, every one of them that is part of that, they come from all of our tribes, all of our region, all of our family, people you know them. Doesn't mean that you like them. I'm just saying you know them. So when you understand the problem, you are likely going to be able to provide a solution. Now, when it now comes to solution, okay, this is where ideas, I mean, you can say it can't just be one solution. It can be solutions. But first, you know the problem. You understand the problem. You know the characters that actually created the problems and benefiting from the problem. You don't spare them. Don't say because they are Yoruba, they are Fulani, they are Hausa, they are Muslim. None of them care about you. That's what I figured out. They don't care about you. But there are times they will always want to come back to say, remember, I'm like you. You know, I'm your brother. You know, I care about you. Don't worry what I've done to you. Don't worry what Nigeria has become. I'm a different person. I'll do it different. And you believe them. Is that new? It's not new. So you do the same thing again. They deal with you again, right? When they deal with you again, you become angry. Then they send your brothers back to you. They say, oh, no, I'm no longer APC. I'm now Labour. Labour. See, look at me. We are not with PDP or this anymore. We are Labour. I am your brother. I care about you. And you believe them. Someone like me don't. So do you see the difference, right? And that is why when I speak, most of the time it is not to tell you what to do. It is to help you possibly understand what you are doing. Whether you are supporting them, whether you are not supporting them, it will help you understand what you are doing. That's what I do to myself. Oh, if it works for you, do it. If it doesn't, just fling it away. I have seen the emptiness, and I have seen educated people speak so eloquently about if Tinubu will do this, if Tinubu will do that, and I'm like, is this not the same thing they told you about Boko Haram? Is this not? You can never compare. Oh, really? You are willing to scrabble, to gamble your, you know what I mean now? Yeah, Taiwo, I get that. It's not just you who have said that to me before, but just know that I am just like this blacksmith, okay? I am a blacksmith. And what they say in Yoruba, when a blacksmith is eating a red iron at a spot all the time, hitting it, there must be a mark there, a significant one. And that's exactly why on Mayegun's Diary Politico, because of how I understand their system, the focus will be on whoever is in charge of the federal government of Nigeria and what they are doing with it. Because with that central power, they can do just anything. Doesn't matter who is there. It's just that the terrorists are there now, and we have seen what they have done. They have done so well that Nigeria is at the tail end of balkanization. So please, if I want to pick anything, just don't tell me not to pay attention to this or give that one attention, okay? Just like some have said, am I going to talk about more about Yoruba nation, this or that? I said, are you sure you really want to hear that now? Because if I start that at the same time, you are going to tell me, hey, why don't you just look somewhere else? Because you know me, I'll dig where you don't want dog. Yeah, I will scrape open where you probably would not want me to. I will say things you would never feel comfortable with. So you better be careful of what you ask for or what you pray for as well. That's just an advice to everyone who feels like, why don't you talk about this? Why don't you talk about that? Please just let me talk about what I want to talk about. And how I want to. It's up to you. How you feel comfortable with it or not. If it's like a repetition to you at the same time, it's just your choice to still be here. Just so you know that. However, from that same Niger Delta, where Tinubu's goons are possibly doing their best, telling people that, listen, this is not about money. It is about what we have to share with you. If you help us, we will help you. And in this case, Asari Dokubo is on board. Listen to this.
Ambode took over.
How about those who say, well, that may be the case.
Yes.
But they look at the political party, because here it's parties that present the candidates. So he will still work within the same party, within the same structure. And they, from what they've seen, they don't think their economic life is any better. So they think, why should I continue in the same breath?
Excuse me. When you say individuals differ, individuals cannot be tied to political parties. I am an Ijaw man, but I'm a Muslim. Majority of Ijaw people are Christian and other things. So can you say Ijaw people who believe in Egbezu, who believe in Akaso, who goes to church, because a infinitesimal number of Ijaw people who are Muslim. I'm just a Muslim.
But yes, when you now bring it at the national level,
yes,
with
that is
politics.
what I am saying. In politics, you look at the individual. Individuals have their own traits and distinction. And when an individual comes, he comes with his this thing to come and bear on the policies of the party. There is nothing wrong with the manifesto of APC. There's nothing wrong with the manifesto of PDP. There's nothing wrong with the manifesto of Labour Party. I don't know of NNPP. But there's nothing wrong. You go there, very nice things are said. It will take an individual touch to be able to effect the desired needs of the people.
There's no guarantee that will happen, is there?
Because we have seen it in Lagos.
But there are people in Lagos who are not happy with what's going on.
Yes, all over the world. In the United States of America, there are people who are not happy. That's why Black Lives Matter came up. There are people in Qatar today who are talking about the policies of Qatar. There are people in United Arab Emirates that are talking about what's happening. But if you are as a visitor, you go to United Arab Emirates, you think you are in heaven. So it has to do with individual. Lagos has transformed from what it used to be, like a big ghetto, a junkyard, to a global center. And one of the biggest economy in the whole of Africa. Somebody kick-started it. Somebody laid the foundation.
All right. We'll see how that plays out and see who wins the elections at the end of the day.
I pray that Tinubu.
But there's some information we'll have here. I think when they heard you say that Navy was involved, they're just trying to remind us that that's not actually correct, because they say the physicalization that had the Navy at the platform stopped in the 1980s. So that Navy is not involved in
it's not the platform. The Navy patrols.
Okay.
They patrol the territorial waters of the, Nigeria. They don't need to be only at the platform. The primary...
So, he's on board. And Tompolo too. So, he's Akabad. Which be that what we do? Who's that guy who is in that Edo? That guy that, I forgot his name. It's Akabad. Be waiting me, So, if up north, the Boko Haram, the Fulani terrorists, and all those kind of, terrorists in their pockets. And then down south, they are also getting all the militant chiefs on board. Then you probably, like I've told you before, you might be preparing for something different from election, okay? But Babachir Lawal, the man that won't stop talking, had this to say about the same Tinubu as well, up north, where it is now turning to Christian versus Muslim because of this Muslim ticket. Listen to this.
What gives you the confidence that Peter Obi will win the election, and which part of the country do you think the votes will be coming from?
Now, my own thinking is that this election will go to a runoff.
It won't end on the first ballot.
It might not. The chances of it ending on the first ballot is slim, but it is there. But one, APC is not on this ballot.
Really?
Yes, APC is not on this ballot.
What makes you think so?
That's what I'm going to tell you. APC, as I told my friend before this ticket came up, I said, if you are going to do a Muslim ticket, the consequences is this. Every Christian in Nigeria will feel slighted. Not only the North. For every Christian all over the world will feel slighted, their religion insulted. The fact that you think there's no Christian capable of doing this. And the fact that you have broken the non-convention. It's always been Muslim, Christian, Christian, Muslim. But you, for some reason, will break this convention, and so Christians will take it personally. So you will not get any vote from any Christian somewhere. I say, and my friend, if you are going to do a Muslim ticket, how on earth can you expect to beat Atiku or Kwankwaso in the North? Atiku, a Fulani Muslim, a prince. Atiku, this is his 5th run. Every round he accumulates some experience and skills. You have no experience in presidential election. Essentially, you are relying on people that are unreliable. So how are you going to get the votes in the north? So my thinking is that Bola will not get 25% in the Kebbi, Sokoto, Zamfara, Kano, Yobe, Borno, maybe 25%, maybe. In all the House of Fulani states, it goes nowhere. Now he has fought the Christians. He has antagonized the Christians. So he loses Adamawa. Of course, Adamawa is Atiku territory. He loses anything from Gombe. Gombe, because of bad governance, the people have abandoned APC. He loses Taraba. He loses Plateau. He loses Benue. He loses Nasarawa. He loses Kaduna. He loses. Where is he going to get the votes? We'll get the votes in the southwest because of affinity. It's our turn syndrome. It's our son syndrome. And maybe, and I told him, Bola, these mega churches that have millions of members are Yoruba churches, the big churches, Living Faith, Deeper Life, Redeemed, Love, whatever, Love World, or the other one. They are all churches, and these are the people that are the major opponents of a Muslim ticket. So you can't even count on the Yoruba votes totally. And Atiku, in any case, PDP has always been strong in Southwest. So why are you going to get the votes? You don't even, during the convention, you didn't even allow us to go to the Southeast. Says a waste of time and money. South is not his territory. So why is he going to get the votes? So they are there. If they like, they come third, depending on how Concourse does, because Concourse will do well in terms of 25% in most of the Hausa states, particularly Kano, Jigawa, Sokoto, Katsina, will do well. The candidates, the good candidates that couldn't get tickets in APC or PDP have taken the tickets in Nasarawa, from NNPP. So they have solid candidates that are electable. So they will do well. Atiku, of course, will clear most of the northern states. Atiku will clear some states, maybe 1/4, 25% that he gets. So Peter Obi, whatever he will tell you, they will vote Peter Obi. He has 5 states there. Peter Obi will get 25% in the 6 South states. Peter Obi will get 25% in the north-central states and part of the northeast. Southern Gombe, they will do Peter Obi. They don't want to hear any other party there. Adamawa, rank and file, the Christians, they don't want to hear any other party there. If it's part of the fact that it's under Atiku territory.
That is the man who bought Tinubu's ticket. Now, that narrative he was given there, see, don't bank on it, oh. Listen to me, don't bank on all he said, though. Or at the same time, don't throw them away. They are just a little bits of information that could help you to further understand what is really going on around them. Okay? It's not the final word. But what he was saying there is that when he was having one-on-one with him, before he finally abandoned them, right? He was telling him that, listen, don't listen to these people who are telling you all of these things. Okay? Like he said, Atiku don't the contest Tete, he get experience. Bokwari don't the contest Tete, he had experience. Abi, Tinubu never tried the national politics to say he won't be president before ever. He's relying on people who are telling him that don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Now, he said he told him, don't push this Muslim thing. Oh, this guy's telling you that don't worry, don't worry. They will betray you in a twinkle. But like I said, don't take his word for it. Now, person will never touch Tinubu money. Now he go say, Tinubu money, oh, you know, get power. He gets his own spirit. And that is why he is ready. That's why he told me, he said, whatever money cannot do, more money will do it. And that's Tinubu's money. So that's why they don't hold his word, or he's saying the truth. So which simply means that you as a Yoruba man, or my Yoruba brothers and sisters, you that they told you that anybody talking about the autonomous or the independent sovereign Yoruba nation, your own country, Yoruba land, with your own sovereignty, with your own money, with your own language, with your own laws. They told you that is not fanciful. It's not appealing to you. Why? Because you want to be House of Rep, you want to be Rep, you want to be Senator, you want to be Councillor, you want to be Governor, you want to be Assembly, and now you want to be President in Nigeria, where millions of our people are living in abject poverty, and you know it. So they told you Nigeria is better. So that, you know what I mean? So the person they are holding you, or they are holding you down for, if at the end of the day, is it that time that you now start seeing clearly that you have been played, duped, and now Yoruba have to go? Is that then? Is this? Energy and resources are being wasted on Yoruba want to be president through Sikh Tinubu. A huge gamble. The first gamble that Tinubu gambled, that ordinarily, he shouldn't even have ventured into anything that keeps his investment or his whatever politically in Nigeria if he actually cared about the people of Yoruba land. This is what I mean. In 2014, 2015, Tinubu and gang, they put together a scheme, a scam. And that package, that political scam, is what you call the APC change. You see all the APC manifesto, all of the speeches of Bokwari, they were all produced by Tinubu and his group, comprising of Isale Kobarak Obama, Fashola, as well as Radio Kudirat director Fayemi. Fayemi was the one who drafted the manifesto. He's the one in charge of his speeches, all through the lies they were telling you at the time. And in that manifesto, they boldly put it there. They will restructure Nigeria. You know, they are Yorubas in APC, Agege, and they are the one who drafted the whole lies that all of you are questioning Bokwari today. And Bokwari is like, I don't know. No, he doesn't know. What about it? I have no idea. What is restructuring? And all those things Bokwari is acting on. Because he never wrote any of them. They were written by Tinubu because their gamble then was that Tinubu and Bokwari will be presidents. Tinubu will be vice president. But they fought against that. They said, no, Bokwari was a Muslim. Tinubu is a Muslim. You can't fly Muslim ticket. Excuse me. You can't fly Muslim ticket too. So they now said Tinubu should nominate someone. Long story short, that's how Pastor Ruga became the joint ticketer with Bokwari. So when they now came to Yoruba people, they told the Yorubas, and they said, listen, this Egbe that we have put together will be called all past criminals, or all promises cancelled, or Agege People's Congress, APC, with your brooms. But read them very well. Bokwari fit die anytime. You know well. Once he's dead, a Yoruba man will become president. Okay? And he will come and implement all these things we put in the APC, Egbe's manifesto, restructuring, state police, resource control, new constitution, and on like that they lied to you. That a Yoruba man will just come and do it. They secretly promised some gullible Yorubas, secretly, and they amplified that lie. And that was why, if you pay attention very well, the Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, the humbled slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated demorons, who are mostly Yorubas, defending APC, Egbe again and again and again and again, attacking anybody who say anything. If you're a Yoruba man, you say something about APC, they will attack. You know why? Because what part of the permutation was that Bokwari will die. Pastor Ruga will take over. Okay? Now, somehow, when they now came in, there was a time Pastor Ruga was complaining. He didn't know that they were recording him. He was complaining that nobody respects him. Okay? Like he's seen as a houseboy, a bag carrier for Tinubu. That if not because Tinubu nominated him, will be this one. You, Ruga, Pastor Ruga, fake pastor. You know what I mean? He was telling people that they don't respect him, all the ministers, all of them. They just look at him anyhow. In public, or they may pretend that they, but like when they are like in walking, they don't have any respect for it. It doesn't even like exist to them. And he was telling somebody, said, they will see what will happen. That if he becomes the president, that they will see what will happen. They recorded him, he didn't know. It's part of the things that finally kind of, gave him that final cut when he challenged the Kolu, by the way. Pastor Ruga became, instead of Pastor Ruga to come and implement restructuring, to come and implement a new constitution for the country, to come and implement state police, to come and implement all the lies they told Yorubas, they turned Pastor Ruga to special advisor to Bokwari on burial arrangements, condolences visits, and then a trader money. He became a Gboworin Baba Oja, sharing professor, sharing 10,000 naira in order to lift 10 million people out of poverty. They disgraced him. They emptied him. They showed us who he is. Then he became the diapers changer for Bokwari inside the asshole rock. Wasted opportunity. Wasted dream. Wasted ambition. Wasted plots. Around that time, even Kolu was chased out of Nigeria, first to Equatorial Guinea, then down to South France until 2019. He lost everything. He virtually lost everything. They kicked him out. Then they brought him back in 2019. They called him the Reconciliator General of APC. By that time, all of the strange bedfellows who brought themselves together to form APC, they don't come out dagger, come out bottle, come out stick, come out condo, come out stone. They don't chase themselves. El-Rufai don't they demolish APC senators' houses in Kaduna. He's already arresting his fellow APC House of Rep members, senators in Kaduna, jailing them. Everywhere don't scatter, blow. They can't bring clear, and they want to do 2019 rigging. They brought a Kolu, come back, come and reconcile us. Let us settle this whole thing. Come back, come and be the reconciliation. They say, okay, what do you want? He said, wait, this is what I want. Very greedy, selfish scam. I didn't want to say scum, but I just said scum. If I didn't want to say scum, right? I wanted to say scum, but like I chose not to say scum. I said scam, then I think I've just said scum as well, right? Okay, scum. The whole cunt. What do you want? Greedy power? Meanwhile, I told you a story about Kolu's ambition. All this ambition you are seeing today, that they dragged 1/3 of Yorubas to believe that there's something for Yoruba land from it, other than poverty. And now, terrorism, death, insecurity that we are suffering from today. Kolu brought that. They didn't bring restructuring, They didn't bring state police, they made our people more vulnerable and poorer. That's a fact. Do you understand? That is, instead of giving what they promised, Yorubas, they didn't. They gave them something else. And that is why today, people like us, who knows that he is a greedy, selfish cunt, okay? They say, what do you want? Now, we are sorry. We are sorry. We are sorry for everything that we did, the way we treated you. What do you want? And he said, okay, what I want is that, one, Shebi, you will do me one. One thing I want is that I want the party chairman. Okay, you want to nominate the party chairman? Okay, fine. I want to control the party and position the party for the election and after. They say, okay, do your magic. He told them to sack Oyegun. You remember now? They disgraced Oyegun. Like, just like that. The old man. They come bring Oshiomole. The job of Oshiomole is to help the level, to help her change the bullying narrative. And supposed old men and women, they started lying, bare-faced lies. And then when they were able to rig themselves back in, that happened. What happened after? They went for Kolu. First, Oshiomole had to go. After Oshiomole, they went for his boy. That is Maguluta Crook, the former EFCC chairman. Maguluta Crook is Tifnumbu's boy, another thief. They went for him. They did a lot of things to untangle Tifnumbu's whatever that will make him prepare him for. But they ran out of steam. I think that's what happened. They ran out of steam to the point that all of the old game to stop him and the rest backfired when Bokwari realized that Pastor Ruga has always wanted him dead anyway, in order for him to be the president. So at that point, Bokwari just told them, man, no candidates. Anybody we want, we may go win. And you know, with Kolu that has already paid for, he's already paid for over 18 aspirants. He already gave them 100 million. You remember how they are picking 100 million APC form on the streets? Everybody just had 100 million to pay. That was Kolu. He pluralized, he duplicated the whole contest to confuse everybody there. Last he emerged. And today, Kolu is selling the same bobo they sold Yorubas in 2015. There are Yorubas who are not supposed to be dead today. They are dead because Kolu and APC, Egbekegbe, they dragged Yorubas into the jihadist political party called APC, Egbekegbe. Today, our people are now paying ransom to Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land. Our people are being chased out of their farms by Fulani armed terrorists in Yoruba land. And listen, I'll show you something. Let's hope I still have that clip. Somehow is not here. I'm going to get it for you, and I'm going to show you what it looks like, what this Fulani terrorists have become in Yoruba land. But guess what? All of this, if you say them as I'm saying them right now, as I'm saying all this right now, as a Yoruba man, it's going to be the fellow Yorubas who are like in the ass slickers, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the all-risers, the Agberos, the Jagabandi Agberos. They will be the one to say, are you sure that all our Yoruba brothers are not doing the kidnapping too? Are you know, yeah. You know why they are saying that? Because me saying this as a Yoruba man, and if other Yorubas continue to say that, it's going to hurt so many of these rogues who are claiming to be representing us in Yoruba land, in the Nigerian nonsense they are doing, right? It's going to hurt their political positions if Yorubas begin to finally speak out. I'm not stupid. Even if these guys are shameless athletes to admit, Tifnumbu and gang, they are the opportunists of Yoruba land, distracting the Yorubas from pursuing their God-given rights, it's a God-given right, which is to be as independent as we want and to be in alliance with anyone as we want as a people. The likes of Tifnumbus are those holding us back in Nigeria. And they have followers they've lied to. But when you look at the victims of their union, these people, they were living safely in their homes, in Yewa land, in Ogun State. Before the advent of, before the emergence of APC, they are Yorubas. But to Tifnumbu and the Al-Qaeda People's Congress in Yoruba land, these people don't exist. And we will never stop reminding you, if APC, Egbekegbe, is not in power in Nigeria, protecting Fulani terrorists in Nigeria, these Yorubas, they will not be refugees in another country.
Due to that crisis, Fulani crisis that was occurred at our country. That's the reason why we migrated to this place. we are forcefully migrated to this place due to that.
By force.
By force. It's not by willingness.
Women. Oh, man or women. How much are us, man or women?
Only you.
Are dying here.
Both the women and men migrated from that area to this.
No.
And
how
then
much?
people died.
But I say how many people they killed there?
There are few many people. But that our many people. Many people have lost their lives.
People are
still migrating because of that. At Bondudu and all other areas.
What happened?
It's because of the Fulani crisis. Fulani, they are killing the people anyhow.
They are killing the people
anyhow. They will move from any from one village to another. They will migrate from one place to another. They just keep people. That's the reason why the people are scared. They move down to the
all family. And and when you are coming here, you ask for you can speak for the committee. Yeah? You know that you understand. Take place one committee and take it the people who come to the village and take it as here. Are you understand? Le voilà encore. Le voilà. Pourquoi les jeunes
I don't think those people really matter to them. Showing them or even like admitting that they exist is going to be for them to admit that there are Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land who are wreaking havoc. And I mean, you won't believe it. Their media chose never to report all of this. The snippet of information we are getting from the victims are so heartbreaking that when you continue to talk about them, sometimes people feel like maybe you are making them up. Do you want to see what it looks like when Fulani takes over your farm? Fulani terrorists takes over your farm and they are ready to kill you if you try to fight back. Do you want to see what it looks like? Sometimes this may look so easy. Like, why don't you go there and fight them? Yes, people have tried to fight them, right? In fact, people fought them. There are many times that people have fought them and they have managed to ward them off. It's just that there's always reprisal attacks after that. Some people don't even wait for reprisal. They kill you there. Now, do you want to see what it looks like when they take their cows to your farm and they feed their cows with your own, what do you call it? With what you've planted right there. You want me to show you? Now, take a moment. This is what it looks like. Insulting, condescending, annoying, provoking, name it. And that's our reality. That's our reality in Nigeria today. In Yoruba land exactly as well. Watch this.
Ro karpe antangi. Ro karpe antangi. Wanatu zudi ay magifa. Zudi hore mun kai. Tagan do filter rogo je kado. So no ge yete kange nagige. Negi inu inde magge.
Anta inde dange. Rogo je sambe.
To neer de no diete no are toyno. Are toyno.
Dange man.
Are dangbe non na. Ato.
Matu do da.
Yida ne nyama rogo. Jimin lekke masariri baddal masariri yawti baddal rogo non fa. To du woni fu fulaku. To duro woni fu nyanna rogo. Du nyannu masariri. Are rogo no raru fa. Baddal tagaɗo mo nyana baddal duro mo nyanata rogo wala. Kabi dale nyama rogo. Nyanta fuɗɗo nyanta masariri rogo non.
Kada tayi hanan diga.
To ka tayi ko gewa alawul mu. Dek.
Waziya waji ka har ko.
Ada din son rogo goni nyama. Do ɓeydu do fa ngonge.
So now you can just picture that. In some cases, right, after they uproot your what do you call it, your plant and the rest, right, and feed that to their cows, they will set the farm ablaze. Like they are so wicked that even if you manage to catch any of them and take them to the police for proper prosecution and all that, within days they are back with their cows as well. Now, if it's just about the cows and these ones, you probably will count yourself lucky because there are others, right, who have who have their own cow, out of cows, right, with AK-47 about. Now, that is our reality. In Yoruba land, we already have what is called the Amotekun that was set up to fight this terrorism. But because they are part of Nigeria and they have nobody, no political will, this was set up by the State House of Assembly or by laws or by governors, but there is no political will to really push it because they are part of Nigeria. Now, when you ask me, Mayegun, why are you always focusing on these people? You should tell us about. I said, listen, the reason why they have managed to blacken your hearts, they have managed to keep you in that perpetual confusion as a Yoruba man, is simply because if you should think Yoruba first, for example, like Yoruba Nimi, and it's about Yoruba land, sincerely speaking, you are going to reject these criminals. You're going to see so clearly and say, what exactly have they been representing when it comes to this Nigeria stuff, except themselves? You'll be so disappointed, right, that you will withdraw that emotional whatever you are giving to them right away in a twinkle. And you know what that means? It means that they will lose the power. And once they lose the power, Nigeria will no longer be interesting to you anymore. Because there will be nothing interesting anymore. You will see through all the old picture, take their feed bottle away, and regain your own consciousness, and then use it for your own freedom. That's why I said that nobody is coming to fight for anybody's freedom. We are going to do it ourselves. You're going to be interested first, and you must understand why you want it too. So if anybody comes before you and say, I'm trying to save you from this slave, nobody is trying to save you from anything. The only people trying to save you are the people who are asking you to see through the fraudulent reality they have made you paint for yourself in the name of Nigeria, even when Yoruba land continue to go back and back. And you can tell, look at yourselves. That's not where you should be. But these guys won't let you see it. And they will continue to play on that your tribal emotional impulse. So to say, you are a Yoruba man, there is a Yoruba man, there is a Yoruba man, or there is an Igbo man, or is an Hausa or Fulani man, doesn't make him your friend. Because he's not. And that's exactly why people like us feel like we will continue to speak out. By speaking out, we are likely going to further help many, many people who have no idea how they are being manipulated. They don't like what is going on, but they have no idea how to get out of it. But the moment they understand that they are being manipulated by the people, by the same people, using the same trick, we are likely going to have less and less people that will believe in them that Yoruba should continue to be part of Nigeria. Then you can possibly have the real pro-Yorubas that will replace these criminals and take us out of this mess. That is my own projection. But when people don't know what they want to fight for, or why they want to fight, or what will be the end result of what they are fighting for, and what is the sacrifice they are going to pay for that? There are things, there are rules around these things. Follow them one after the other, and we can all say, hooray, we are free. And free means that free from the psychological shackles that these guys are already holding on us or on some of us. So if you ask me, why am I talking about them, not talking about how, this is how. There's so many people attached to these rogues, and they are the most, they are the most antagonist of an independent Yoruba nation. And you ask them why, they will tell you it's not time yet. Why? Because our leaders haven't said it is time yet. What time do you think is right to actually be free enough from the shackles of these criminals? Well, the longer, the enough time you think you have, and that's why I'm here, to let you know that, yes, we have these rogues among us. And yes, we want to be away, completely away from them. But without the enemy, they say, enemy, there's this. They say without the enemy within, the enemy without will probably have no access to you. We got infiltrated. We got, in a way, submerged or boxed to a corner, because the criminals who said they are Yoruba leaders, Yoruba this or that, politicians past and present, they've never been anything, they've never had anything to do with Yoruba. It's always about themselves, leveraging, taking advantage of where they're coming from. And then once they jump the ship, they just break the bridge. Once they need you again, they can fly down and fly out as well, giving them that chance again and again on that same lie, on that same premise. It's like hurting yourself again and again. And that is called what's it called again? Self-injury or self-destruction, so to say. That's why we keep reminding you. Characters like this don't represent me. Even if, and I'm so happy that when you meet the real Yorubas, they will tell you, these characters don't speak for us. No matter how much, how roguish, how criminal, how crooked they are, they don't speak for us. And characters like this also, they are just like the sound of crickets. When people really rise, when people kind of wake up to against this whole thing, which is actually my own dream, they will fizzle out completely. If not, how could you say somebody like this represent Yorubas in your charade concentration camp? That would be an insult. To me, I'm not talking, I don't know about you. If you don't feel insulted, well, I understand. Somebody like this ragtaggy.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps, we create our food. That's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development. Don't call them illiterate. Don't talk about illiteracy. Anybody who can own gun who can handle gun, who can cock gun and clean the chamber and cock and shoot is technically competent to repair a tractor in the farm.
We have no blinker of electricity. They spend more than $60 billion. They forget that transmission line is a super highway for generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn for that electricity.
Abawiri. Hey, my at least you have elders at home. The elders in my house, they don't talk like mad people like that. Oh, this one are weary. And you are weary too. Now weary, they listen to weary, they hope on weary. And at the end of the day, the one that once told you this.
And listening to us. Nigeria, APC from top to bottom. Top to bottom. Top to bottom.
Top to bottom. Top to bottom. How is your life today? Under the top to bottom. So that's why we have to make sure that, yes, it's all right. Everybody should probably just speak what they think is right for them. I choose a chance where we can, generally have a conversation around, a proper referendum that we see the Yorubas, especially the regions, the western region of Nigeria, regain back their lost autonomy to start with, an eventual sovereign nation that they are entitled to by all international conventions, by the way. So I would love a day like that. Until then, you have all these choices. But nevertheless, don't ever, for any reason, blackmail anybody and say they should succumb to this sick. Come on, man. So and you should also be able to live with the consequences of that choice, whatever you choose. In fact, if you are in Nigeria and this is what you are going about with, fine, pick your poison, drink them as you want. But they're Nigeria. They're Nigeria. They are talking. You say you are talking on social media. You are having an idea. Where that get me cost you small. You're outside Nigeria, where everything is working. You lied to these zombies in 2014, 2015, telling them that Bukwari is coming to change their life. APC, change. So many of you became celebrities on social media because of that. You promised the zombies, the wearies in Nigeria, that you're going to come back there and live in Nigeria. Abroad is tired. You are tired of abroad. Once Bukwari become president like this, you are going back to Nigeria. You are becoming this or that. 7 years after that, you are still in America. You are still in London. You are still in that Canada. Now you are repeating that again, telling them, Asiwaju has the best idea. Oh, Nikure. With that girl, me cost you small. My sister, do the job.
Una not waiting they annoy me pass for this election matter. Those of you now where be say una there abroad. Una there abroad now come out for this country because una they find good life for una self and una children. I make una run come out. Because this country is not good, it not let una stay. Now I make una run come out. But you can't come out now there abroad. They from there they campaign for PDP and APC. We kill this country. We make this country day like this. So we not make you feel stay. You still they campaign for them. Now Google kill you. Now Ogun, there is no two ways about it. Ogun go do collaboration with Thunder, fire you. The way you take go empty-handed, now that empty-handed, now you take come back. You they enjoy the good things of life. Oh, you see, government provide good road for them. Security you get. What anything way that you they pay for, they receive and they receive light, good road. good social amenities. But you they say make we see the vote for this PDP and APC for here where you live, where you because of a wrong. It not go better for you. Anything where you lay your hand upon for that side, it not go move forward. Not because now come on. Now wait till you bring upon yourself. Now they receive so. Because I can you imagine how this country don't die rich? The thing can't pay you. You can't run. You don't even consider people where it still run no way not female can reach there. All of them back for Libya road. Today now that they kidnap who they kidnap. They send videos to their loved ones for yeah. May that they bring out some money, else they'll buy their pikin. You can't see get mad because you don't cross, you don't dare obodo ibo. Anyhow we work out for you, you not concern you again. You still the campaign, you still you get mad on your useless phone. On your useless phone, we go put you for trouble. Say you they campaign for all these old men we kill this country. You not go better for you. Anything where you lay your hand upon for good, you not go prosper. You will never see light in your life. The way you say they pray for darkness for this country, light go run from you. Every good things of life go run for you. It go run for you and your family and your children. And your children. Because if they wish other children bad luck, how your children go take better, I not go better for them. Now wait till you bring upon yourself, now they receive so this early morning. Now I say me I can't tell now where they vote, they say una want to say a government and leaders where kill this country, where no one made this country better. If today now youths now they don't get safe for this country. You see they agitate for they not go better for you.
Amen, my sister. Because it's like that one like package delivery. You order for it. Once you place your order, we deliver. So I just delivered that one to you, Olori Brukus. You are abroad though, for real. I just wish say this thing they work. You know when you just go say, hey, now Google kill you, and Google just show for your door. Say go delivery. You say wait, it will be that. Or Google just show and say, hey, my name is Ogun. Now me and Thunder they come, then send us same will deliver message to you here. He go strike you first. Now me go come to batter you. I wish those things they work. Or go kill you, or go kill you. If you know how many times poor people don't talk, call Ogume or go kill people. Oh, you know they work that way. You know they work that way. But common sense is that your conscience should prick you. Many of you don't have any. You love to see them suffer. Let me tell you this before I started taking calls, okay? On Mayegun's Diary Politico, we have name for Abrodian Buhari idiots. You see that when we say Mumu lecturers, Bele lecturers, Mumu Madus, these are not just funny names. They are names of categories of people, categories of Nigerians who are supporters of APC. Egbekegbe. The Mumumadus. Those ones are your old uncle. They are now grandma, grandpa, but they love to be called uncles, aunties. They left Nigeria. Some of them left Nigeria 50 years ago. You remember when Nigeria was still like a Gongola state? Gongola state. Bende States. You know those times, those period when you don't have all this one. They left Nigeria since then. When they left, back then, abroad be like say, I want go Sokoto, go school from Lagos, go Sokoto. That's how America or London was like to those bright people then. This Mashan Fanyashi Riagbayas. Now they have been abroad. Somehow they missed their track. Useless. Some of them are old now. They depend on the state, states, we call it gyro. They give them money to just make them just they chop, make them no die. They can't go back to Nigeria. They have nothing to show. Some of them don't even know their family houses anymore in Nigeria. They just tell you, oh, I'm from Elisha. The whole Elisha back then. When last did you travel to that Elisha? My brother, that was like 48 years ago. And you are promoting Tinubu and Buhari from London, from America. Now, They know that their mates, they are done. They are old people, they are done, useless. Are you with me? They have children. Some of their children are like responsible, but these particular characters, when you see them properly, just look at them. They are bored. They are useless. They are called mumumadus. They don't really understand what is going on. They just feel like if their life no better, why should your own life better? But they are abroad. They have social media pages as well. You are listening to them. They are advising you. You are listening to Wiris, Alaye Bajes, the mumumadus abroad. You know the one we call the mumu lecturers, and those ones, now the mixture, young and old, the mumu lecturers. They no get sense. Now those ones we left Nigeria, but Nigeria didn't leave them. They are not different from the people they are giving 1,000 naira to. If these Wiris who live abroad, these mumu lecturers, they will tell you, they will be like, I am so educated. Some of them left Nigeria to come and do degree, master, this useless other certificate that that never changed them. It never really made any difference in their lives. Okay? So we call them mumu lecturers. They will claim to be intellectuals, but they are not. They are just a bunch of mumus. Just say something. They will help you repeat it and repeat it and repeat it again. And it doesn't matter. They are young, they are old, they are like that. They left Nigeria, but Nigeria didn't leave them. If they were to be in Nigeria, they will put on tie and suits under the sun. They will carry broom and be shouting, change, change, change for electricity, change for the, that's them. That they are living abroad didn't change them. We call them mumu lecturers. But you know those ones who are smart, we call those ones belle lecturers. These are the ones who are abroad, though. Not everybody where they are abroad, they okay. Oh. Not everybody where they are abroad, normal. I get list, oh. It's just so funny that some of you just follow everyone you see out there and you're like, he's living abroad. Now, some of you, they listen to you, don't know. Do the background check. And we call them belle lecturers because when you see them going lyrical, lyrical. I be lyrical. Sorry, I don't even know which accent I should use or which one, Sha. But you shall get what I'm saying. When they start going lyrical, when they go canary wise about Nigeria. And you're like, say, Olori Bruku yo Ninkon. What now so the place where you live be? Esa, you are PhD. I saw your name on Twitter. You are Dr. Wilson. You the mentor ni. How could you do this to us? Forget it. Now those ones, they position themselves. Okay? It's whatever they tell you about APC, PDP, or anything, they are not telling you because they like you. They are positioning themselves. Now those ones, they organize. Hey, Atiku is going to be in London tomorrow. We need some people to come together. Now, them they don't like you. Positioning themselves. Now their belly, they control them. Here you get. So, now you weary within Nigeria, where they listen to them. Now you are a pity. I don't even think I should pity because you don't even pity yourselves. It doesn't really matter. So that is where we came by. I mean, that's how we came by. Belle lecturers, mumu lecturers, mumu madus. And when you go back home, that's where you will see the Buwaridins, Buwari Diderins, Buwari Dinotus, Buwari Dijatus, Buwari Shukus, Ungoziaris, Unekaharis, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, humbled slaves, barbarians, and then there's this clan. They call them the clan of the Buhari idiots. Then you also have the Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, the crump eaters, the crump chasers, the ass lickers, the all risers. All of these categories, they created them in 7 years. They are people, they are human beings. Now, category by category. Now, you, when they listen to them, I pity. You listen to them. That's yours, not me. And that mine is just to remind you all the time that, listen, you can pretend, you can do whatever you want to say and all that. The reality, your reality, if your reality is to fix Nigeria or think that those who speak out are enemies of Nigeria, why many people who are supposed to fix Nigeria are busy depleting her? Baba, that reality will fade soon. I just hope that when it fades or when it is fading, It no go be when time we be say now your life they fade so. Some people don't meet their untimely death because of this APC. Egbe. And as Yorubas, I feel offended for anybody to think that they could distance Tinubu from it. Are you mad? Nonsense, you know. So make I take few calls, but before I do that, make us see if I feel make tea. My line is going to be opened, and if you are interested, this is the time for you to call in. Okay. When I get back, I will begin to take the calls. Don't go anywhere. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Baba. How are you?
Very good. I'm okay. You?
Well, I'm very well. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, it was great to see you in London.
I know. This is Olato Kumbo from London.
Yeah, the one and only.
The one and only. Baba?
And I came into your program very late tonight.
Oh,
because I was watching the England and USA match, and I kind of came very late.
Well, fair enough. You probably have to make your comment brief then. If you that means you didn't see the chunk part of the conversation yet. So maybe you just have to yeah. What would you like to say?
I tapped into a lot of the things that were said earlier on from your programs on the day you came back from London, and when Princess spoke yesterday, Princess was very immaculate. And then that Baba from America, I can't remember his name. I hope Princess go back to Lagos well. Babachir doing that was very touching. Mm-hmm. I will not go into the Yoruba Nation stuff because I know Yoruba Nation will come. Mm-hmm. Not at some point. When you say at some point could be 20 years from now. But Mayego, I have noticed something.
Tell us.
And I did an analysis again. I know that I brought your own attention to the schematics of, let's go to Kano. Look at the landmass and look at the population density. I believe I brought that to your platform. Now I said to myself, hold on a second, look at the whole world as it is. The Muslim nations that have got oil are more settled than the Christian nations that have got oil. Mayego, we're fighting a bigger battle than anybody can ever think. And the minute that people like Saudi Arabia can conquer the nations that have got oil. Okay, let's put it this way. The Christian nations that have got oil are very unstable. But the Muslim nations that have got oil are very stable. Venezuela is Christian. Igbo land is Christian. Yoruba is Christian. We are very unstable. But look at the immaculacy they've done with the Muslim nation. Because one day I want more. Now, I beg the platform tonight, and I beg you tonight.
Yeah.
We are where we are. This. Michael, did you know that today that they said they're going to bring back history to our curriculum?
Right. I think I actually thought they brought that back already.
No. I heard it. It was this week. There was something that said that, okay, they're going to bring history back to our curriculum. I'm like,
they are going to be doctored history now. Which history are these people going to allow?
Michael, allow them to bring it first.
Right.
Then we can now pump. They want to doctor it a bit. We will be the nurses that will fix the original history. But the same history that I put in my children's mind. Michael, it was a great, great pleasure meeting you in London. But the Somali, Michael, we die here. Made a triumph.
Tux was like,
the guys made a triumph.
I don't even know why you felt like that. Those guys were not really aggressive. You know what I mean? It was just like the typical. Well, Tux was like,
can I tell you something?
Tell me.
Even when you are not there, that were defending you, the same aggression you felt, I feel 10 times more of that to cool that down for you. Once again, do you understand what my is saying? Have you listened to him? Forget Tinubu, forget Atiku and all these bastards out there. Have you actually listened to him? Open your mind and say, Michael is speaking. Okay, is what he's saying, is he making sense? And these guys can't tell me, they're my friends. My woman do make it, or I mean, what jet, Ajo Dagba, Nijebu. Basically, me, I didn't grow up in their own setting. So, everything more chile. So when I knew about Princess and the school she went to, I'm like, I said, my God, are you sure? I said, yeah, I need to talk to people. So get off your own segment. You understand?
Thank you so much, Tux.
I thought to myself that I said that, you know what, Michael, we're fighting a very brutal religious war. And Michael, I'm glad that people brought your attention that, okay, this Yoruba nation is not sharing. It's a travesty that the works that you have done and other people have done that I cannot mention name. You understand? Like you said, the Daruko, we go with the Daruko because until you drop it, I will drop it. I met you that day and I thought that, so this is the Maigun guy. Are you for real? But Maigun, but so sorrow. You are making facts and I was there. When I came, Maigun the sorrow. Maigun for sorrow. Who will the sorrow? Jackie sorrow come. Oh, okay. Orio, wow, are you guys crazy? Hey, when there's something, it's my group, so just go and be. Look at Dongo.
I know. I mean, you know, of you like, okay, my good on the first sorrow. Now, any okay, as in nobody wanted me to talk, and until when I got to a stage where I felt like, you know what made me feel like I was going to leave, that conversation talks, was when this tall guy. You know that tall guy with this Igwe art and then Igbo attire and all that. You remember that guy?
Yeah, I can't mention it. Don't worry, I know him.
Yeah, you do. But no, you don't have to. I'm just saying that. Do you remember that guy? It was the moment when that guy said, Nigeria can never, ever break up in 100 years. Now, even if that is true, which is not, and it's not a fact, at that point, I was like, I am in the wrong midst. There's nothing I'm going to say here. I am in the wrong midst. I was like, I just want to go. You see, when that guy now said, you can't go. No, you can't go. They are still, we are still talking to you. Don't go. I said, Baba, go back to your moon call. If you're not in moon call, to bat to fear what's what you mean, my buy any blue new. Forget my buy any blue. At that point, that guy was just like, now.
Michael, the intensity of that night.
Yeah.
It was as if, like you said it in your program. I listened to your other programs after you came that there were lots of people that were like, they were so intense, okay? We want to let Michael know what our mind feels.
Yeah,
I said to myself.
Seeing him face to face. Let me say my mind to him. Let me say it now.
You know that when you said Mombo London, you're curious. I didn't say nothing. Okay, I knew where you're gonna be because I was there. I was meant to be there. Me and every birthday, Agege. Okay, I had a feeling like people I know they will be there.
It's a small world.
And when you try to say my friends here, I talk to Lily, talk. All right, let's do it. And I said to myself, I'm a freelancer. They know me. All those my boys know me there. So my dealer, no, we'll drop them now. But my God, I will say one thing to you.
Small thing.
What you are doing now? What you are doing now?
Yes,
is what people need to hear. And until you know the truth, there's no way you can move forward. Now,
that's right.
There are princess here. I will talk about that later. But let me just I just know that
we'll do that,
I'm calm tonight. But brother, all right, my brother.
Talks.
Take care.
You have a good one, brother. Take it easy. That's Gbaramatu Kingdom from London. Yeah, I am gonna keep the line open, okay? But I'm going to take just a very quick break. So when I come back, we'll continue. Please don't go anywhere. How many of you remember this in 2019 where I'll show you? I think I should show you. I don't know why, right? I came across that video and it just kind of reminded me of how much people can pretend to be all right in a rigged system, terrible system that treats them so terribly. And at the same time, feel comfortable defending people who treat them so inhuman. Baba, people say it is what it is. Civil servant from Lagos. How many of you remember this? Just a quick one. For the record, those are not internally displaced people. Those are not the gathering of poor people collecting, collecting food. These were the civil servants, your auntie, and those all of them. They dragged them outside their office and said they should come and collect a rice just before the lockdown. They are not thugs, so they are not out, so they are nobody. They are inside Alausa, and I don't know. I just saw this video today. I'm like, I remember this. our Lagos, the mega slum of Nigeria. They call it mega shitty. I admire your hypocrisy, especially some of you, on social media when you want to live that your fake life. When you want to talk about the development, the successes of these rogues, they don't treat you like human beings. They treat you, well, I don't know. I think I am probably just overreacting, but I am right. You are not respected. They don't give a damn about you, and you don't possibly give a damn about yourself too. So maybe that's why it's so convenient to continue to become a servitude to the same system that want you to remain servitude as well. Then reward you when they believe that you have been carried Omodorere, a very, very good, rewarding slave, hardworking slave. Oh, yeah, take this one. Oh, yeah, Basibe say, do you know what happened today? Yeah. Say, what's happened? Nítorí pé èmi lẹni táyé ti rò pé mi ò lè dá nǹkan kan ṣe. My godfather has appointed me as a special advisor to the special advisor to the next special advisor to our godfather on Wahala Matter. Congratulations. You are now a PA to, and PA to the PA to Yoga. Yes, exactly. But I am waiting to get promotion. They say if I work hard, one day I'll become the second in command to the PA to Enyalaye Baje. They reward you, they call you the ass Negroes, like the rogues who actually, they will do anything, they will say anything in order to be rewarded with something by their own master. So, I don't know, I just thought I should mention that. Because they don't treat you right, they don't care about you. You know that. I was reading I was reading something on Twitter earlier, right? And guess what that was, right? They were sharing the salaries of the Nigerian policemen. Omo, do you know that there's somebody who is saying a recruit who collect 9,500 naira as a policeman? And if you become a corporal, your salary is about 45,000 naira. If you become a commissioner of police, DSP, ASP, well, they shall put everything there. Omo. I am richer than the police IG of Nigeria. Well, I think it's not that I am richer than him, but when it comes to what is being paid, I am far, 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 far richer than him. Your police IG. Your police IG total annual salary is put at 13 million naira. Can you believe that? 13 million naira annual salary. Well, I don't spend naira, so to say. But if I have a chance of changing my money to naira, yeah, I quite make far more than that. Even though they take most of it from me, from me here. The system here take most of it, which is all right. I spend most of it myself. But when I was looking at all of that, and I'm like, but that's not the reality. A police officer in Nigeria didn't join police because he wants to collect 40,000 naira a month and then 500,000 naira annual salary. Imagine, you are a police constable, or you are a police ASP or something, and you are being paid 200 pounds sterling every month. You are being paid 150,000 naira or something. That's even less than 200 pounds sterling a month or more. That's far low, Abi. So which means that to now survive and drive the latest car, you would have to rob other people, rob the innocent people. That's what your system is. That's exactly what it is. Let me take this one, by the way. I've got a caller. Talks, you calling back, Ni. Why am I picking this? It's like Tokes wanted to say something there. I'm sorry. I took a call that's a bit different from yours. So Tokes, if you do call back, I'm going to believe that you want to say something, okay? Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir. What?
Hello, Mayegun. Am I speaking, Mayegun?
Sorry, I can't hear you loud, Baba.
Am I speaking with Mayegun?
Yes, you are. And you are live, by the way.
This is Francis from Dubai.
Samson from Dubai. Is that what you said?
Francis from Dubai.
Hey, Francis,
yeah.
I got your text. Was it not 2 days ago when I was running that, what do you call it? And I got a text from you.
Yes.
How are you, Baba?
Yeah. I did.
Nice.
Man, you can't imagine how much I love what you do. You can't imagine how much I respect your gusto. You can't imagine how much I respect you. And
Bless you.
I don't miss every night because it's like 2 a.m. now. Past 2 a.m. here. I'm still awake because of the program. Yeah.
Wow, 2
I
a.m.
will never
Sometimes I
miss it.
wonder what people have to do to stay up and watch Mayegun. I have someone, I have my people from Australia, right? Right now it's actually early in the morning in Australia,
Yeah.
like about 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. in the morning. And some people will sit down and watch that till 8 a.m. before they now go to bed. Like, I can't really appreciate you guys enough. Thank you so much, Francis. Good enough, I'm speaking to you as well.
Let God.
Thanks,
you know, God will bless you. Your children will reap from what you have sown.
Amen.
You have sown actually so well. Your children will never lack anything.
Amen to that.
To Nigeria as a nation, God will look upon your sweat and reward Nigeria as a whole.
Amen. Oh.
Perhaps we to get our own. We have to get our own nation, Nigeria nation. That's what I mean for. I don't have time for Nigeria again.
Bless you.
I just want us to get our nation.
That's right.
Let's leave this slavery. This slavery is just too much.
I mean, let's try something new, and we are ready to fail and learn again, rather than being dragged in the ground and then being refused the ability to even try. They said it is not negotiable. What does that even mean?
Can you imagine? It's stupidity. It's just a parade of stupid people, and people are also the clamoring stupid people also. Can you just imagine this? What that means? It doesn't mean when I see on their parade they are doing their whatever. They let people clamor for them and say they hail them. And are they bewitched? Who are bewitched these people?
Now hunger bewitched them, my brother. Now hunger. See, I did the math. Francis, I did the math, right? And I realized that if you want, let's say, 10,000 people is a lot of people. Do you know that? Even 1,000 people.
Yes.
If you put 1,000 people on the street, everybody go know, say 1,000 people did that road. They go know. 1,000 is a lot. That's 100 people in 10 places. Now, if you now have 10,000 people, that means you have you have 100 people in 100 places. 100 in 100 places. That's 10,000 people. Guess what? With 1,000 naira, Francis, you can hire them. Guess how much that is for that 10,000 people at 1,000 naira? It comes to 10 million naira. So how much is 10 million naira for 10,000 people? Or even if you decide to give them 20,000 naira, that will make it 20 million naira for 10,000 people. Okay, I haven't seen any of this their crowd that is actually up to 5,000 or 10,000 anyway. But yeah, we have seen their crowd. But imagine how much is 20 million naira to the likes of Tinubu, even Festus or Agege.
Can you imagine? For even a Keyamo to even support this charade. I was telling my colleague, I told him, I said, this Festus Keyamo could. I hold so much respect to this guy, but once he stepped out to talk about Tinubu's case and was standing out for Tinubu, I said, "You are a stupid idiot. You are your generation."
Most of them are hypocrites. That's what I don't like about some of our people. You know what I don't like most about our people? Yeah, most of us are hypocrites.
Yeah,
and that's why I use the word. People kind of love their oppressors differently. You know what I mean now? In most cases, if all of us want to be really, really kind of sincere and honest, sure you get. We probably won't be in this stage because people are cherry picking. They are cherry picking what they think they can condemn, or what they think that they can ignore, or what they think they can condone, and they just walk like that kind of mob mentality, and it's hypocrisy, if you ask me.
You know, I just believe. Let's not forget my. I just want to ask. What about this Onitiri and the old stuff about Onitiri and the other Baba?
I have no info on that yet, Francis. Okay. Every time people always kind of feel like I should let the cat out of the bag and the rest, but that is not how it's going to work.
You know one thing. Let me just advise you. Let me just give you a piece of advice. What I feel as a person.
Go on.
I feel we should be careful.
Yeah.
To hear this anything. Yes.
Yeah. No, we should hear things, but we should be careful in speaking. Because once you say it, you can't take it back. And that's part of what I'm going to share when I begin that series, okay? I want people to know that there's nothing wrong in making mistakes, okay? When I do that series, I do it, I'm going to tell them that there's nothing wrong in coming back and say, guys, okay, my people, we made some mistakes and we are willing to correct them and recharge ourselves and put ourselves on track and all of that, instead of doubling down and tearing yourselves apart. And that is where you would advise me to be careful too, because I won't want to join in row 404. I actually want to put clarity, and I'm being careful. Taking my time.
Better. Yeah, I understand.
So that's that on the Onitiri and the Babas. Okay, whatever you have heard is what I've heard. But there are some things I know that many of you have not heard before. Do you get that now? There are things that some of you have heard. Not just you, a lot of people too, okay? And there are things as well that people don't know. And there's a reason why they didn't know, okay? And there's also a reason why they have to know. In all of that, it is all going to help us eventually. Sure, you get, it's going to help us. And in fact, you know what that will do eventually? It's going to actually help us know who actually genuinely want a Yoruba nation. You know what I mean now? Like, it's going to help us eventually.
I understand.
But we're going to be careful. We're going to be careful so that we don't just ruffle the whole thing. And eventually, while we are trying to offer a sort of a light, then we create confusion. I don't want to be found in that. But
be careful. Really be careful. Really be careful.
I'll be careful.
Because people with equality, you know, they equally.
Do you know a lot of people that want to plug in? A lot of people feel like I have something something incriminating. No, there's nothing incriminating. I have against anybody. Okay, there's nothing incriminating other than what their actions, which ordinarily were, and they ignored, how that eventually led to all manner of characters to project themselves as spokesperson, representing this, representing that. How that crack happened. And how many of these, distractors, how many of these, manipulators or so, gain access during that crack? And how do you manage to close that crack if the complicity of those that we hope are not is not eventually kind of found? So what I'm going to do is not because of them, it is because of millions of people who genuinely believe that Yoruba deserves to be on our own, and they really want to see that happen. Do you get that now? So we need to save ourselves from any further embarrassment, that kind of thing. It's becoming embarrassing now somehow.
It's true. It's true. And you know, the Igbo people are also looking at us.
There's a lot now. What people will plug in. I know.
They're expecting us. They're expecting us to get it done, and so they can follow suit. But now, if we make mistakes, it's done. It's gone. The nation is gone.
And that's one of the reasons why. That's one of the reasons why I have kept short for a very long time, because I know that number one, I may say something that people may misunderstood. In fact, comprehension, they may mistake it. And there are many things that people may probably just, they may not actually see it the way I am going to see it. So I have to bid my time. But these days, a lot of you have been hearing a lot going on. I knew everything happening right now will happen 7 to 8 months. In fact, I've known this that will happen from the beginning of this year. And that's why I said that there are things that we hope never happened. You know what I mean? And if nothing is done right now, it's going to get worse. And it's going to rubbish this whole thing. Some of us won't like it.
It's true. It's true. You know, at the beginning, because it took me some time to actually follow this Yoruba Nation thing. But when I started following up,
so many of you Biafrans who were like, don't take them serious, Jare. Don't take this Yoruba. They are not serious. They will change it. But you know one thing, there are those who are really serious, okay? And there were those who wanted to cash in on it, an opportunity, a window, right, to make something for themselves. unfortunately, these people and the real people, they coexisted, and they are issuing war. They are issuing, so you couldn't tell which one is, or which one is, you know what I mean? It has done so much damage anyway. But Francis, we are going to talk about it. We're going to talk about
it. Let's now, let me correct the statement I make. I didn't say, hey, hearing means to hear, to broadcast. You should be careful to broadcast anything to the studio.
Okay.
That's what I meant by hearing, not the hearing with the hear.
I get that. I mean, thanks for the additional info anyway. But trust me, I have been careful for 11 months now. Seriously.
Yeah,
you know what I mean now? Like, I have known things from the moment we decided to get involved in Igbos incarceration. That gave me the final needed information I needed. And I have had that. But to me, I was like, it's going to get to a stage whereby it probably will become irrelevant. Unfortunately, right? It is so relevant. And it is what led to what we are witnessing today. So yeah, don't worry. There's no pressure. Thank you so much, Francis. Let me take another one. Okay, let me take another call. Right. Nice one, man. Here we go. Hello there.
Hello.
Oh, hello, sir.
Alaikum Baba.
About Kabesio. Ekale Bawoni.
Ekujameta.
Ojoko pẹ̀lú.
Ṣé dala bale.
Àlàáfíà la wà o, àwọn tí lè ń kọ́nà àwọn èèyàn mi ń kọ́ bẹ̀ yẹn o.
Wọ́n wà ń bẹ lọ́tún lósì. Màdàmú kọ́ ń bẹ.
Àwa náà wà ń bẹ bá kò kọjá faradà.
Àgbékẹ́ Adé àti àtàwọn ọmọ lọ́tún lósì. Ṣé dáadáa everybody wà. Ẹ kú ètò.
Thank you, sir.
Mo wo ètò yẹn látànà. Mo ti wà lórí ìgbàgede yẹn, but mi ò lórí ọ̀fẹ́ láti lè pè wọlé. Ṣé get as pé àná yẹn mo catch up ni. So mo ti wá gbà tẹ̀ní mo wo yẹn dáadáa. Ṣé get.
Okay.
Good. And it's been very, very educative and it's been very interesting.
Thank you.
Ṣé get. Me, I don't even know where to start. When you're listening to your program and you're watching things, you have a lot in your mind. But as soon as you pick that call, everything will fall on you. But I would just...
that's why you know what I tell people, sir? You know what I tell people? I say, if you want to call Mayegun, right, just make sure that there's a particular thing that you really, really want to say quickly. Because if you don't say them quickly, you are likely going to forget other things. But people have their way. So
one thing is this: you compete to get on. You compete to get. I think it's when you're in the middle of trying to get on, you completely forget a lot of the things
you're about to get through or you're going to get picked, and then boom, you got picked. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm live. Okay,
exactly. One thing is Baba, èmi máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé mo pàdé Mayegun ni. Because mo bọ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn olórí burúkú yìí. We grew up with these people, Baba. I'm 40 years old. 2 years mo fi ju ẹ lọ, Baba. So we been through all this. Understand?
I'm with you, Baba.
Because lórí burúkú ọjọ́ ìpìlẹ̀ ni èmi náà lè máa fún àwọn olórí burúkú ilé pé
tó bá ti wá sí mind ẹ máa fi ránṣẹ́ wọ́n gbà every day.
Mo láti àmì fàjáde yẹn yàrá bíi àwọn àdẹ́ta sí àwọn wọ́ọ̀rì kankan ẹ̀. You understand? Mo kí last time tó ṣe program tí mo wà lórí la mo ní Mayegun bá mi wá woman ẹ̀ jáde ìdí ìfẹ́ mo láì.
Báyìí jọ bá mú sẹ́gbẹ́ kan bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ máa ó ti wà lórí kí wọ́n
sì. Ó bá mi ṣe pé fáwọn lórí burúkú tó kóra wọn sí lóyìnbó tó ń polówó Tinubu ẹ̀ ní sóríire.
Àṣẹ.
Lórí burúkú máa jẹ́ Tinubu.
Hypocrisy ni náà ó jẹ́ ká tanra wa náà. Mélòó nú àwọn tó ń sọ Tinubu yìí ló rẹ́dí láti kó ọ̀rọ̀ wọn.
Bí mo ṣe wà yìí, ó mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ olórí burúkú ló pọ̀ jù nínú wọn. Ó yá kúrò ní London tó wà ẹ̀ kó lọ́wọ́ bọ́ọ̀sì kó lọ láti Èkó sí Ìbàdàn lásán tó ti bá ti bí àlàyé rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú bó ṣe wà ní London yẹn ṣe bó ló ní lọ́wọ́ àbí lọ́wọ́ bọ́ọ̀sì owó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ kúrò ní London ìwọ wà ní London ń ṣe yà ń ṣe yìí wọ́n ń gbàdúrà nọ́fà Any kuri say. Any kusi.
Hospital lọ. Àwọn ọmọ òrí oúnjẹ gidi jẹ for real o. Kò sẹ́ni tó tẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa yẹn o. Àwọn kò tẹ̀ rí school lọ wọn tẹ̀
You understand?
wọ́n lè lọ anywhere but ìwọ jókòó sílẹ̀ wọ́n sọ pé aṣíwájú ni gbé aṣíwájú ọ̀ wá ń bá àwọn èèyàn jà lórí. Àná àwọn tí mo ní wọ́n bá mi ní London party tí mo lọ London yẹn mo ní pé
bàbá
gbogbo yìí náà ni máa padà tí wàá regret
bàbá ṣe pé bàbá jẹ́ ká wálé torí tọ́lọ́ Máyégún torí tọ́lọ́ bàbá jọ torí tọ́lọ́ because o ti build àwọn èèyàn tí o mọ̀ pé o ti build wọn sílẹ̀ jẹ́ kémi náà sọ tèmi mo fẹ́ fún ẹ ní example kan because àwọn olórí burúkú náà bèrè pé bí àtàbá wá sí bíbá àkàmọ́ wa ń sọ̀rọ̀ àfíìlì orí burúkú tí Tinubu yẹn ń ṣe. Now I have a sister. I'm telling you my own personal experience now. My stepsister, her husband went to General Hospital on the island.
Yeah, Baba,
General Hospital. There is a section there whereby you have to pay $1 million cash or transfer $1 million before they will attend to you. And when people ask, yes, they said, who is in charge of that session? They say, go and ask Tinubu. They say, Tinubu kó wọlé kó continue orí burúkú tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà alálẹ̀ Nàìjíríà kò ní jẹ́ kó yẹ yín ẹ̀ ní sóríire ẹ máa kú tọ́ ni ọ̀tí tọmọtọmọ because ẹ̀ mọ̀ nǹkan tẹ̀ ń ṣe ẹ̀ mọ̀ nǹkan tẹ̀ ń ṣe ẹ̀ mọ̀ tẹ̀ ṣe because ẹ̀ bá mọ̀ tẹ̀ ń ṣe ẹ̀ ní máa ṣe because ẹ̀yin tí kò sí ìlú ìgbẹ́ yìí.
Wọ́n ti privatize ó ní General Hospital wọn tán nílé kò yẹn wọ́n ti privatize àwọn nǹkan bẹ̀ tó gbé wọ́n fi owó Èkó tún ṣe wọ́n ní private hospital within government hospital.
Yes, wọn ní àtẹ̀lé sí kó fẹ́ kú wa kú sílé wọn kú wọn gbókò ẹ̀ síta kó kí n tó máa ṣe wọ́n máa gbẹ́kú ẹ̀ síbẹ̀ so tó bá ti fún wọn lónà so wọn kú tó máa fẹ́ fàyọ ní pé ọkùnrin yẹn padà wà kú gbẹ̀yìn ni tó ti yẹn sìn. Do you know how many millions of people have died like that just because they cannot get the basic medical care? Do you remember I told you my story about my daughter in this country? How much she was spending on the NHS? Almost £25,000 a week when she was born.
Yes.
Do you understand? For 6 months, we were spending that money, 1 billion, 1 naira. And you people come over here and enjoy that. You enjoy that. They distinguish commander.
Nítorí pé ẹ̀jẹ̀ títí wọn dàbí irú ẹ̀jẹ̀ tiwa báyìí ó yẹn sìn wọn láti máa inject àti injection ẹyọ kọ̀ọ̀kan yẹn tó ń lò láti fi thin ní blood yẹn torí oyún léèlà mi yìí o everyday ó máa gún rẹ̀ lábẹ́ ẹlẹ́mẹ̀jì a day each one of them is £430 ẹyọ kọ̀ọ̀kan báyìí wọ́n yẹn máa fi báàgì gbó fún wa lélẹ̀ so tí ìyàwó mi ò bá gún abẹ́rẹ́ yẹn in a day ṣẹ́gẹ́ ti sìn lọ́kàn máa kó máa pé tó bá yẹ pé mi ni mo lọ ń fi owó mi ra abẹ́rẹ́ yìí ní £450.
Bàbá wa ti liquidate wá ti
bí mi dáa ta ló fẹ́ máa kú láti gbogbo máa gbé bùkátà ní London tí máa kó bùkátà ọmọ Scotland tí tó bá ti lè tọ́jú ẹ̀ èmi náà ò ní fẹ́ dolo ṣì náà so imagine ẹ máa ti pé òun fúnra gan ò ní ṣe é rí ó lè ti kú gan látó bá lówó èmi gan lè máa bí tẹ̀ wọ́n.
Yes.
But people don't understand so that. They don't understand that.
So, wá rí ti ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn màmá onítìrì àti ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn other fighters for this Yoruba nation thing. I don't even know how to commend you on how you are handling that situation, because the reason why I'm saying this to you now is this, because we, your listeners, we need to continue to remind you the good job you're doing.
Thanks, Baba.
You understand? Because it is very, very easy to mix a lot of things up.
Yes.
When you're in the struggle for what we are doing.
It's so easy to take a wrong turn, right?
Yes, very easy.
And you have nobody to remind you. You may be lost forever.
It is very, 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 Baba, if you train the rails, it can be catastrophic.
It can be.
Do you understand? And as a people, the way we are, we have to be very, very careful. And I just need to commend you on that. Everything you said you're going to do, we are going to sit back, relax, and watch people. Because do you know why? Do you know why? Because like I said tonight, it's a night for me to ginger you. I'm going to ginger you a lot tonight. What I'm trying to say is that we are going to sit back. We are going to enjoy the package. Because I know it's going to be a very good package. Because we've done a lot of it. You understand? And I trust you because you are my GO. Because my GO never did it. He goes straight to the point. If somebody has been doing something for over 10 years and is still doing the same thing up till now, Baba, I trust you.
Thank you.
You understand? Yeah. So my regards to the family, and may God be with all of us all.
Amen to that. Now I have another caller. Hello there.
Hello, good evening, my general.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Fine. Adeniran speaking from UK.
Adeniran, and that would be like a prince.
Yes.
So, Prince Ade. How are you, Baba?
Yes, sir. Fine, sir. I want to directly speak to Nigerians who are still supporting their politicians. Now, a blind mind is worse than a blind eyes.
Wow, that's right.
You see, if your eyes are blind, somebody can still lead you and guide you and direct you.
That's true.
But if your mind is blind, there's no redemption. Now, following all these politicians here and there is not going to profit any one of them.
It has never profited anybody.
Well, it's very, very disheartening when you see videos and pictures of people still rallying around these people.
Question to everybody, man, all the time. Did they cause them? And the answer is still not forthcoming. We haven't got the answers.
Yes, you see, brass coat won't learn the bang, you call you work with. And because you pay, it's possible, my Omi about Atiku to Tembe.
I want to call Atiku.
Omi Atiku. Yes, because I don't know if you noticed, the moment you get into Nigeria,
give the answer. Like, are people so insensitive to admit to what is going on around them until they are told? Like, Baba, if I suffer, I go no say they suffer now. Like, I go no say you know is you. So I won't pretend, and I will never embrace the people that are putting me through that if I know they are the ones putting me through it. So that's why people don't get answer. Like, what exactly could have been the thing that they have done to the people? No answer. We don't know.
Michael, see, the people living abroad, and still telling Nigerians to go and vote and all of this stuff. Only to go because you guys are here. You understand? And the development when every now and then they plan to build a house in the UK.
Yes.
To back that in the next few months, to back that you will be lost. You like, am I still in the same place? You'll be lost.
They built
in Africa.
Yeah, in Glasgow. When I first came here, I used to cycle about everywhere. So I know a lot of places in Glasgow. I know so many places, right? For straight 5 years.
Yes.
Now, at some point, I'll be like, they've started this road. But they do them in a way that, I've never rode or drove on any new or nice road here in the UK that I used to know as not so good roads and other that my mind never really causes the people in Nigeria, like in charge of Nigeria. As in, it's just automatically just costs them. Like, what is your Noisha?
I'm a ship with one.
About street like hey.
My Timothy Gila or Timothy ship with you. Kilo the money. Oh, come on, ship with one people. Oh, sure, look at my pilots. Only one Jacolo Marshall Lori one. Couldn't that one my own? You see, what they're just making the people suffer unnecessarily. You understand? If there's a reason for you to do something, you understand that this is the reason why I'm doing this thing. You understand? There's absolutely no reason why you're making the people suffer.
I mean, I can't really place it.
You won't, because there's no answer to it, my ego.
Sure, you get.
Baba, you won't be able to get an answer.
See, the Nigerian politicians they have the easiest job in the whole world, because they can tell people about God and people will clap and pray for them. You know what I mean? No matter what. Okay. Now they are also among those well taken care of. Well, they take care of themselves very well. Okay. They are among the highest paid in the world. They don't pay for their food. They don't pay for their houses. They don't pay for their cars, their clothes, their family, their medical, their holiday. They don't pay for anything. But yet, they still have to steal from the millions of people that, if you look at the resources, if you divide the resources they have among the population per head, hardly would you see anybody that will have if they share Nigeria money right now, Baba, hardly would you see anybody that will get up to 600 naira from Nigeria money, the billions they are talking about. Oh. But look at these politicians. With that little that should go to these people, Baba, they still steal it. And you're like, yeah, the conscience.
The day ahead an MP, the day ahead an MP make a statement, pay what one in Nigeria, come in UK economy might collapse.
Come collapse here, Bagbe, Shebi call and Benny. Like 40 billion, 20 billion pounds sterling in UK. Oh, my bankrupt within 5 years.
And the people are saying, the resources can be resources in
Nigeria, Abuja ni tipa Sophie Corin. Abuja, but what Paso didn't tell them, Baba, is that as they are sharing Abuja, the people who are sending them there, they are sharing the smell of the poverty, which we call the weaponization of the poverty, multi-dimensional poverty.
Exactly.
For those who have no idea.
I want to buy you. Thank you so very much.
You know what I took away from what you just said now, Nipe? Yes, it is easier to help people that are blind. If you are blind, you can be helped. Or if you are, if you have a blind mind, I mean, entosula njina baba, and so anjia kwiroro. Shamanjia kwiroro ni.
No. Like
Odaro.
Sir. Thank you.
Now I'll take one last one and I'll call it a night. My time is so up. I know I've got only 4 minutes, but Ahmed won't stop calling. I bet you have something you wanted to say. Hi, Ahmed.
Hey, Mayugumbawa.
How are you, Baba?
Baba, I do. What is up now?
Baba, I just stay here, same old, and I realized that I could use some of the gaffes of Kolu tonight to remind the Yorubas that are calling their fellow Yorubas Omoale because of a sick man. And I think I did just that. So I don't know which part you joined us from. That's what really.
Mayegun, you know Omoale, not Lomanda Omoale more, but Omoale Tawa. Adanko to damo.
Aludi sáwọn Omoale to opportunity láti tún lè bá ṣe tó tún ṣe.
Of course. So ale je Omoale o, but amo pé ìjà táwa ń jà ìjà ó bá dání. So kò sí wàhálà. Ìwèrè tó bá fẹ́ pè wá lọ Mali kó máa pè wá lọ. Àwọn gangan ni bàbá Omoale. Ṣé ẹni tó jẹ́ pé kò mọ bàbá ẹ̀ kò mọ̀ yẹ. Tani kẹta wá lọ ṣé kò yẹ kójú máa ti gbogbo yín. Ṣé n pé àwọn ẹni tó jẹ́ pé come on now, this man keeps throwing blunders. He's just throwing blunders everywhere, every time. And you people are doing like Olori Buruku Kakiri. You keep defending madness.
No, you can't shame the shameless. That's the point.
Come on, bro. What kind of nonsense is this? And you see, all those videos that you see, Babachir Lawal says something. You know, my guy said something. I said, sometimes people, you don't have to look at who is talking. Just listen to their words, word for word. From their words, you will understand where these people are driving at. But you know, the people don't really, they listen to their words with emotion.
That's right.
Now, Babachir Lawal came out. He's saying Muslim, ticket, Was it not this same animal that bought ticket for Tinubu?
It's the same guy, which means he's an in-house person. Whatever it is that pushed him out, like you said, look away from him and look at that message. If you have sense, you pay attention to it.
And look at that message. You pay attention to it. So they pushed him away. He bought ticket for Tinubu. They pushed him away because they didn't pick a Christian to be a running mate to Tinubu. He said some lines. He said they are supposed to go to the east to make consultations. But they didn't go because Tinubu felt like east are just useless people. To him, they are nothing. So he's not even counting on them. But the same east is where they came and gave him the title Ogigi.
No, Dike Ora Gigi any shaking.
GGG, Baba with the shit. So people from that side that you think you can support these people, just look through what this guy has said. He has given you an hint. If you like, no follow. The same Babachir Lawal, if you are talking about Christians being in the cabinet of being in the government of Nigeria.
Yes. Secretary
Pastor Ruga was there with Boko Haram. Abi? Pastor Ruga was there with Boko Haram.
Yes.
And he was contesting. Why didn't you back him up since he's a pastor? Back him up. And they asked him, was Babachir Lawal was still a pastor? Why didn't he back him up? Because he wanted to do a revenge. But you remember it was Pastor Ruga that removed Babachir Lawal.
That's right.
So in get grudges.
That was when he said, they said the presidency just announced that you have been sacked, and he asked, "Who is the presidency? Sacked. Who is the presidency?" They said, "What do you mean presidency now, Pastor Ruga?" He just looked at the reporters. He looked at them like this. He just went into his car. I wish I have that video. I could show you. It was like, who is the presidency?
What I'm trying to say here is, anybody who is claiming that I am a Christian, I will vote for a Christian. Baba, look, if you are following these people don't give a fuck about your religion. They don't give a fuck. It's all about them. It is all about them. Just from that thing they did, you should have known that this guy doesn't care about any Christian. He's just doing it for his own benefit. And Tinubu, let me tell you, I don't know if you remember, I said something. I don't know, it's been a long time, even before they did their primary. I said, if APC should bring Tinubu as their candidate, Tinubu, they will do a Muslim ticket. There is no two ways. I don't know if you remember.
I remember you did say that.
I said they will do a Muslim ticket.
Yeah. Somebody even told me then, I think it was that same time or another time, that it won't really matter. Once APC brings Tinubu, they will do everything that it takes to make him the president. Even if they have to burn half of the country, they will make him one.
Because if he doesn't go and pick a northerner and a Muslim for that matter,
yes,
he's not going anywhere.
He's not.
He automatically has shot himself. He knows. And the northerner, they will say they don't want Arnie, a Christian, Catholic, to rule them.
Infidel.
That's why they will not want someone like Otibanjo to come. They will not want someone like Ovie to come, even though we know if those people come. Same We're just trying to. We don't give a fuck about your politics. That's your own bullshit. But we are just trying to pinpoint the things that they use,
to affect us.
The things that they use to put you down, to tie you down. Those are the things you should be looking at when they want to come and destroy your life. They come through the things that you believe, your religion.
Tribe, religion.
They come through your tribe
and all that.
You know, your class. And after every when they announce it to after the election and everything, who will defect to APC or defect to PDP will defect, and they will now renew your suffering while they are enjoying.
They don't use them already now. They don't get what they won't get now. They will now dump them.
Yeah.
So they will now until the next
the
next 3 years. We'll come back to all of you. Any of you
and those
come back to
and
you.
And those social media urchins that are helping them now, everybody go begin speak within one pick, where in one begin speak.
No, they go turn
Who
Yahoo
no get
boys
chance,
now.
go begin grumble.
Turn the 419 on social media here and there.
They want to now they listen to where they tell to now from abroad. That time they no go tell now say when they don't help now reach that suffer mode. They don't help now activate that suffer mode. They'll come keep quiet. The first way they abroad they tell you to make you go vote Tinubu. I mean you go vote Atiku, Ovie. In the still day here, they enjoy the good life.
Of course.
You know go come here, come follow you suffer.
No.
But the same person, the same another person where they abroad with that same animal day, where they tell you now, see, these people they no go do you any good. They will just mess your life up. You did they come under impose, they type rubbish, they insult them. Based on say now in the cause you son. Not to say madness just day your blood naturally.
It has to be.
You know to say your brain you need total factory. In short, they need to come out your brain, help you wash them, put them back. If you know clean, come out them again until clean.
And make sure that
your brain needs that. Normal. And you see, if you are an Hausa guy from the north, you are listening to this program and you feel that this person is not making sense. So bari gaya maka, kai ne asalin daƙiƙi, jaki, dabba, akuya, kare, mara tunani, mara hankali.
Yes.
Since if you come on this place and you think this guy is against you, then you have no idea who is against you. Ka koma wa'annan matsiyatan da kake zaɓa, wa'annan malaman da kake bi ire-iren su Fantami, wanda yau sun ce muku yau an buɗe wannan ɗin mai kulmani ne ko me ake kiran shi, an samo mai a kulmani, ko ba haka ba? Ƙaryar da aka muku 7 years ago, an dawo da wata ƙarya, election ya kusa. In ma an samo mai, sai ku tambaye su me za su yi da man. Man, will it benefit you? No, it will not. Wannan man, the money is going into their pocket. If at all akwai mai, to ku gane cewa wa'innan mutanen, they are of no good for you guys. Ba don ku suke yi ba. Ba don dalilin ku suke yi ba. I remember someone said something, Marigu. He posted, he said, Pantami, he was praying for Pantami, and I said something. I said, look, I know you, you know me. You know for how many years why I know that side, and you know how I'm living. Not be the same mosque with the pray, not be the same things me and you they do. Check my life, check your life today, how you be. He say, now God. I say, now God. But I not sit down for one place. I push. I can't go where things they work. Now, since then, I did gist you how things be. But up to now,
opportunity.
Yes. But up to now, all those things I don't gist you. You still continue to repeat mistake, and you won't make them for life. Say, nobody say they mad with that. I asked them this question, you say, but you know, say Rabu, there's something called Rabu. That means grace, Abi, Rabu, your own benefit for life with that. I say no. These are things that if you have ambition to become something,
yes,
I am in the right place. If I want to become anything, as long as I push towards that thing, give it my hard work, I will definitely be what I want to be.
And now the opportunity.
Nobody is going to kill my dream. Nobody is going to kill my opportunity. Nobody is going to stop me because of their foolish policy that doesn't benefit me, but rather kills me. So I want you to understand that it is not everything that you call Allah. Yes, we agree. You call God, but let me tell you something.
But there are things
naturally
that Allah won't do for you. You have to do them yourself.
I told him. I said something. I said, look, ever since I've been here, yes, now, the light that we used to see up NEPA, it has never blinked. Never.
The water that we used to say.
Do you know that I think I was live on Facebook yesterday when Caleb was with me in the car, yeah. And when we're coming back, because it's winter now, okay, it's no longer autumn. Everywhere is so dark now, even though they become so dark from 4 o'clock in the afternoon, right? So we're coming back, and as we're coming back, and we turned down to our street. I mean, sorry, before our street, right? Like we still have to negotiate some of the estate, like go yeah, right? And I was just that, and I just got lost in thoughts, Ahmed. For a moment, my son was sitting next to me in the car. I was going slow before joining our street, and I'm like, Shemule drive okay by Isha Lodobolu time. Like I don't know where that came from. Sure you get? Like if the light is there, you know I call it cool now. Like my drive lawyer, so like cool like it really now when I was thinking of that, yeah. The moment I turned around to our street, right, to my own street, I was like, man, I have to take this boy to Nigeria before he begins to understand things. So that maybe that would be the only scary things we'll see will be going on the street, and the light will just go off, and it will be like you know that kind of thing. But at the same time, like, do I really want to do that to my son?
You see this way talk. You see this way talk. My children, I don't do that thing for them. This last time where I even go to the small one, as they carry light. Boboba yari loban kide ni se mo so fun mo ni generator yen sharp lo ton generator mo se gbogbo aba ton na phone o ba ri no ba o ri pe omo na inside that day because normally lale ta ba fe sun be we go off light but it go dey my body, so if I off light him no see closer mo pe but ele yo sere ni pa ina ko lo pa. Mo ṣe
they brought my
Baba mo bẹ́ sókè ìpè ní pé kí ló dé mo ṣe tọ̀nà fóònù nìyẹn. I just on phone mo bá sọ fún my nephew àbí tí ló ń pè mo ní nínú àdúrà bọ́tà lọ́tàn jẹ́ ẹ má pa ọmọ kí make una government no come
traumatize ọmọ for life ó lè dé America kó máa kígbe tí wọ́n bá kú báyìí kó kígbe. They back switch off like go scream. But people don't know. Now that kind of thing we grew up. Ahmed. That kind of life we grew up, you know. And we wish that our children will never suffer same. But many people that we grew up in that same life, today they are still in Nigeria. Their children are already suffering it. Show you come not to suffer really for God's sake.
My you see my own parents. Money wàhálà tó wà lọ́wọ́ ni you know ẹ̀mọ̀rú èèyàn fẹ́ mọ̀ pé mo mọ bó ṣe
fa wàhálà
a máa da gbogbo ẹ̀rú so sometimes tí n bá sọ̀rọ̀ akọ̀wò dákẹ́ ni so you know so you go still get stage wey you say your parents go dey concerned every day ìwọ ṣáà máa rọra ó mọ̀ pé because me I don tell them say mo ní anybody kó má ever sọ fún mi pé o mọ̀ pé ọjọ́ kan o lè wá oníkó mo ní kò sí wá dà ní Nàìjíríà kò sí nǹkan kan tí mo fẹ́ wá as long as tó bá sì ń jẹ́ Nàìjíríà mi ò ní association.
So you have choice. You got to we have choice. We have choice. A lè choose láti wá. A lè choose láti ní pé anybody tó bá miss wa kó wá kí wá ń bí. A lè choose láti ní pé tó bá miss wa ká pàdé níbi bye. These choices are there. Ní láti wà ń bẹ̀. Tá bá fẹ́ wà ń bẹ̀.
Mo sọ fún wọn mo ní tó bá jẹ́ ìlú yẹn ní Nàìjíríà bó ṣe ń ṣe yẹn as years go by even if I say okay I want to go back to Africa I want to feel home I will not go back to Nigeria I will rather go back to maybe Cotonou kí mo pé mo wà ní another man's land I dey Africa but I dey another man's land.
You will not be entitled. You will not be feeling like why am I
will
not
not be entitled.
Why are you treating me like this? I will just know that it's no man's land, not in my own land where you put a gag in my mouth. Ahmed, it is well. Yes. Let's round it up and call it a night today. So
any one of you is on here that is still supporting these people, I pray for you that you will support them till they get there and start showing you the continuous shaking.
Hang on, no. I just discovered something now. Somebody said, Taiwo Benjamin, he said, I need a platform I can use to send information for people to see what farmers like us are facing. I am your plug, especially if what you are facing, listen, I may not be able to like be a source of funding for you, but if what you are facing has to do with security and what have you, my Gunzari political is your plug. Ahmed.
Yep. So if you are one of those people that are supporting these mad people, need to support them.
Yes.
But ṣá pé tó bá délẹ̀ tán, olórí burúkú ni tó bá jáde tó wá sọ̀rọ̀ ayé ò ní dáa. Ó máa ṣòfò láti ayé dọ̀run ni.
Àṣẹ o.
Kò ní rí bíbí ga. They don't know how to dey fitness new.
No, they have no idea.
Na PTSD.
I mean, once in a while we let them.
My good, na PTSD. Man, no lie.
Now all of us get now all of us get but that's what I wanted to say about our growing up. Majority of us grew up with the trauma that if Omo Yibo, like
I know even tell you something. Before I forget. He get for here this state where they get one guy we just come. I think he came around 2017.
Right.
Do you know that this guy today is supporting Tinubu?
There are many like that.
Because I've asked him several questions.
Yeah.
But he just say, your money come, me that you see. Money twisty, so missing, me. And you will never know what I'm saying.
I'm saying again.
Money mama solo. That is to show you that you see these people that you are trying to, Tinubu is associating, that you are backing him. I know them in and out. I know what they can do. I know what they have done. If you don't see it, you are here in America, you have 24/7 internet that you can sit down and teach yourself. You don't need anybody to keep pushing rubbish into your head and you keep taking it in. Sit down, teach yourself. Make researches. You don't need to follow anybody's research, but if you make research, then you compare to the present thing that is happening. Compare it to what is happening right now. Then from there, you're beginning to get the answer by yourself. You don't need anybody to tell you what to do. I'm not telling you what to do, but make research. Since when Nigeria got independence today, what has been happening, what will happen, and what will continue to happen, you will get the results. You don't need anybody to tell you. So in CD, our local money, okay, only can you when we talked about Igbo, he was like, hey, Igbo money, you don't understand. That's what you don't understand. I started telling him about Igbo, showed him different video where Igbo went into different bushes, forests because of this mad people. He kept quiet. When you saw Igbo turn paint, you don't know him. Go and make it. That's why I said go and make research. But now you see the we used to talk normal, but I know follow and do
I just have to know how you relate to people like that. I get that. Ahmed, thank you so much.
I relate to some normal. But anything we go back for, we go do them. We go range, we go do this, we go do everything we do. But in politics, I don't even want to talk about politics because they don't really want to understand. I cannot force them to understand.
Yeah, it's because they don't. They don't understand. They don't want to. And in most cases, right? You see, it was like that of Buhari, okay? When Buhari said too late was being served everybody, then nothing you say will make any sense to anybody. But it didn't take long. Within a year or two, most of them started withdrawing back. Unfortunately, the same momentum is what they are enjoying right now. So they will never understand. You are right. Ahmed, I'm going to call it tonight. Thank you so much.
No, Alan, I'm going to enjoy it.
I will. I wish. I'm just going to go to bed and okay. And even your missus, stay safe, Ahmed.
All right,
now, thank you so much, everyone, for spending your evening with me again. I am going to call it tonight now, and I'm going to see you some other time. So if you have been with me all night and you haven't really dropped your offering, maybe you should now that we are rounding up. And if you are just joined us, you can watch this from the beginning again. And if this is your first time on my Egun's Diary Political, even your second time, you can still check if you are a subscriber. Check it out. I'll see you some other time. So good night from here.
dòdòdò. Máyégún Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà 1. Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Máyégún Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà 1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Máyégún Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà 1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí. Máyégún Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà 1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà 1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí. Máyégún Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà 1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà 1. Máyégún Diary Diary politico. Máyégún Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà 1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Máyégún Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà 1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Máyégún Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà 1. Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Máyégún Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà 1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gba rìbá. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Ayé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ó fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀lọ́mọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní bí wọ́n níran o.
máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran.